music down now.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
It's going to go in the background for a little bit there. How's everybody doing tonight?
What are you asking us?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Yeah,
How's everybody doing tonight?
How's everyone doing? But I'm just going to skip over
Yeah.
lazy fucks.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. I'm glad it's Thursday.
Yes.
Tomorrow is Friday.
And I got tomorrow off.
And the day after is Saturday. Oh, we're not doing that.
No.
Rebecca Black
No.
song?
Friday. Joe Rogan.
I did not. Oh, the song ended. I was like, why did it stop?
Yes.
Hello, everybody. You can visit our page.
Put it on the board.
Yes. Well, the Hawks did just score right before we
Yes,
went on, so that's
yes.
why we were a couple seconds late because we were all dancing and jerking each other off.
Dave took a
With
vacuum
cleaners.
to me.
There is a funny story with that. Should we tell it or just leave it?
Yeah, no, that's fucking hilarious. I'm good with that.
All right.
I'm okay with being sucked off by a vacuum at
Actually,
another man's hand.
And that's what happened tonight. My sucking power really came into gear today. All right, so if you go to our page, geekify.tv, I almost forgot it. Click on the banner for On It, the company, as you can see right here. Fucking awesome stuff.
In front of all the drinks.
Yeah, in front of all the drinks. Go to the site, click on our banner, go to their site. They are fucking awesome people. I love On It so much.
They now have Killer Bee Honey, which I'm actually going to get.
And I love Joe Rogan's talk about Killer Bee Honey. He's like, why Killer Bee Honey? Because fuck you, Killer Bee Honey. He's like, because regular bee honey doesn't sound manly enough, you know? So we have the stuff out here, and what we're talking about with Brett's crotch. Careful words.
It's very hideous.
This
Hey, I'm manscaped. It's
upgraded.
Wait. Before you go on, would you say she went from suck to blow?
She did. She
Or
did
from
go
blow to suck.
Yeah, she did go from suck to blow. Good reference.
Cool. I'm confused.
It's from a movie.
Yeah, I know that. I know it's from a movie, and
I
I'm
wore
drawing
this shirt last week.
I'm drawing a. Spaceballs. There you
That's
go.
right. That's right.
Thank God. Okay, I was gonna lose my mind if I couldn't remember what that was.
So we're talking about is the upgraded coffee sitting on there. Fucking stuff is badass.
This dime bag full.
Yeah,
of
this bag full of deliciousness. They're whole bean coffee, so I grounded some for Brett. And then immediately poured some on his crotch.
And I said, Dave, lick this.
Yeah, it's fucking upgraded coffee because it turns you gay. So the coffee is really, really good. It's
bulletproof.
Okay. It's organic. It's bulletproof coffee. It's organic coffee, and I don't say that in the pussy Whole Foods organic coffee way. I say that in the real way of these guys take these beans that are grown in one place, and they clean them very, very thoroughly. Because the problem with a lot of other coffee,
scrubbing their beans.
they like scrubbing their beans. A lot of problems with other coffee that you see around the world is that the coffee is not clean. It has a lot of mold on it, and that's actually why you can get like that really kick of caffeine, and then you get a little down because you got fucking mold in you, you know. And it actually, I think a lot of people get sick, and like 90%.
That's why my allergies have been going berserk.
Yeah,
I've been drinking
yeah, you
lot.
drink
if you
a lot
have
of
a lot of
coffee.
it will fuck you up over time.
It will, and so they're finding that a lot of that shit is very bad for you. So these guys made
No goal.
these
Sorry,
guys.
We're also watching the Hawks game.
Yeah, we have to be because the Hawks are back. Hockey's back.
Fuck yeah,
And
hockey!
they're on a 3-game winning streak. They're 3-0-0 right now, which is the first time since the 70s that they've done that. So they're doing awesome. So we'll be updating you guys live. Sorry about that, but they're fucking hockey, so fuck you. So the coffee, great stuff. So they clean the fuck out of this to remove all mold, all impurities, all bullshit.
What is it? Something like 70% of all coffee.
It's like
has
70 to
mold?
80 has mold on it. Like even Starbucks. Starbucks has a lot of mold on it.
Yay.
And that will make you sick, and that gives you allergies, and it's just not good for you. You should not be ingesting mold like that in coffee. And grinding and heating the coffee does not kill all the mold. You still do get some. So this coffee is specifically made to guarantee that there's no mold in it. They clean it specially. They make it all pretty. They fancy it up for you. It's expensive as shit, but it is awesome. So I grinded some for Brett to try because this is the thing. I am a coffee fanatic like Brett is. I drink other coffee. You know, you get that caffeine high for maybe like 2 or 3, sometimes 4 hours if you get a venti from Starbucks. And then
Venti triple latte.
Wait.
I don't know.
What
I
does
made
that
it up.
translate into in English terms?
What?
Venti.
20 ounce.
Yeah, the large.
Well, 17 because they always leave room for cream. Even
Not
though
in
you
my
don't want
shit,
it.
bitch. I get mine with I make them take hot coffee and pour ice on it to shock the coffee into submission, and then I drink it. I don't like hot coffee. I don't have the patience.
I
drink.
love
I'm like,
hot
take
coffee.
that coffee and pour some ice in that shit, and I will chug that motherfucker on the way to work. So that's what I do, and I usually can go about 3 or 4 hours high as a kite on caffeine, like a good boy should be when he's working, and then I crash, and I feel like I am more tired than when I woke up, you know? So then I need more coffee, and then it just starts this vicious cycle, especially on long days. So with this coffee, amazingly enough, I didn't believe when everybody was talking about it, like Joe Rogan, everybody, like you take it and you feel that caffeine high for much, much longer, and I don't crash. Like I don't necessarily need that second cup. I only have a second cup, bless you, on 12-hour days. So that coffee's badass. I thoroughly enjoy it. I actually bought a bunch of it. There's like 4 bags over there that I bought. Because I was like, this is the only coffee I want to drink. I don't want to drink Starbucks anymore. I don't want to drink coffee at restaurants. I want to only drink bulletproof coffee.
I was never a big fan of Starbucks to begin with.
Well, I did like it. I know it has a burnt taste. It really does.
Yeah, the regular coffee, I can't drink. It makes me shit my pants.
Right, it does. But this coffee is actually cool. When you
Speaking about shitting pants, I think Dakota just did.
No, it's probably you.
No,
blame the dog.
This coffee has a really good flavor. It reminds me so much sometimes of like a peanut butter flavor.
Really?
And there's no peanut butter in it. It is. It has a very nutty flavor that in my mouth, and I like that. Apparently,
nuts in your mouth.
That's the second gayest thing Dave said today.
It is.
No,
actually.
second thing he said or done.
Yeah,
today.
the first gay thing I did was put a vacuum to your crotch, and I'm like, and then afterwards I was like, "No, what? You wanted a hug, which I thought was really weird. I don't know why you wanted
I need a hug.
He just wants to be held after.
I didn't want to look at him in the eyes for like 5 minutes afterwards. It was like jamming that.
Why
in the crotch.
won't you look at me?
His dog was freaking out. His dog was like, "What are you doing in his crotch? Don't do that."
That's my spot.
Exactly. So go to our site, click on it. We've talked about their stuff before. I don't want to like take up hours and hours, and I could talk hours and hours about them because I genuinely love them. And
we're rolling on 6 minutes now.
Yes, and I will only talk about products that that we genuinely like. You know what I mean? And we'll be honest, they are giving us a portion of the money for people who click on our banner, so we are getting paid for some of this, but I genuinely love them, and I was so thrilled when we talked with them, and they said, "Yeah, sure, we'd love to have a banner on your site." And these products that they didn't send me these for free. Technically, they did, but
it was not because
not for fun. I had bought some stuff, and then some issues happened with the order, and so they sent me a new batch of it. So I would have bought this stuff on my own anyway, and I would promote it on my own anyway, and I would continue to buy all this stuff. So go to their site, go to their site through our banner on our site, and check them out because they're fucking awesome.
And actually, through the 27th, you can use promo code SHIPFREE and get 15% off your supplement order and free domestic shipping.
Badass. Like, they're a serious badass company. Aubrey, who was just on the last...
Yeah, he was on Rogan yesterday.
I didn't listen to it quite yet.
I haven't listened to it yet either.
Because I have, like, there's like 7 of them. I'm so far back.
I pick and choose.
I try to listen to them all because I masturbate to Joe Rogan.
Are you going to tell him that tomorrow when we meet him?
Probably not the first thing I'm going to say to him.
I masturbate to your pictures.
Yeah, I do.
I
do not.
Voice all day.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I do. When I wake up in the morning, when I'm getting ready, like doing anything in the morning, getting ready, I have a podcast on. Usually it's Joe Rogan, but I also, the Kevin
because he's on all the
because he has so many, and it's badass that he does. So. Yeah, we're going to see him tomorrow at Chicago Theater.
Yes.
Yeah. I got to load some stuff on a thumb drive just in case we get to meet him.
We will, because he always does a meet and greet afterwards, and he sees everybody. He doesn't leave until everybody gets to shake his hand and to get a picture with him.
That's awesome.
We may have to stand there for a couple hours, but...
It's fine. I don't have to work till 8 in the morning.
I don't have to work.
As long as I'm home by 7, I'll be fine.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be good then. So yeah, we are going to meet him. We're going to say, like, I'm going to tell him, like, this is an inspiration. I don't expect him to ever listen to this, but
I'm going to give him every episode.
Yeah, and be like, hey, this is it. Like this, like this. We do a lot of this because of his inspiration. Like I lost a lot of the weight because his inspiration. I do kettlebells and all this on it stuff because of him, and it's like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only one. He's talked about other people coming up to him at shows and doing that. So he would have heard this before, but it's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see him. Him and I think Ari Shafir.
Yeah. He tweeted a picture of them on the plane about two dickwads on their way to Chicago to jerk each other off on stage or something.
That's awesome. What I love too is he always talks about like how hardy Chicagoans are because he's like, you guys got shit weather and you got fucking snow and like -4-degree weather, and he's like, you guys are badass and you're so nice. Like I always love him and all the other guys talking about Chicago. It's nice. And they're cool dudes too. So that'll be exciting tomorrow. We're going to see them. And actually, for Andrew and I at least, tomorrow is going to be probably the manliest day in the world.
Yeah, right.
We definitely need steak dinner at some point.
Yeah, so in the morning...
Our morning starts off at 9 a.m. where we go shooting.
Yeah, we're taking some guns and we're going to a shooting range and we're going to fire some shit and at some targets and be all manly and grunt and stuff. And then we're going to go for some steak somewhere, and then we're going to drive down to the city and see Joe Rogan. Like, it's going to be a testosterone-filled day.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a lot of fucking fun.
Good news, everybody.
Exactly. So what else is going on in the world? So let's talk a little bit of hockey since it's back.
It's back! I could cry with excitement.
I have been so fucking happy. Hold on a second. Why is there a Half-Life commercial on right now?
I don't know, but that guy did look like Gordon Freeman.
It was Gordon Freeman.
This makes for great passion.
Yeah, everyone can see this, right?
Let's do Japan.
It's ANA Airlines.
Yes.
Oh my God, that guy. That is
Gordon Freeman. Because there's also a Resident Evil character on the left.
Wait, whoa.
I almost said Morgan. I almost said Morgan Freeman.
You said Gordon Freeman.
Yeah.
It's Gordon Freeman.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I didn't see who it was, so.
I almost said Morgan Freeman, but it is most definitely Gordon Freeman. Titty sprinkles.
Titty sprinkles. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, hockey's back.
Hockey.
I've been so happy.
Yeah.
I've been following it. We started up our hockey league, and everyone was so like got back to me so quickly. And there's only like one.
Yes, hockey.
Exactly. Like everyone was like, "Fuck yeah, hockey league, hockey's back." Yeah, bitches, we're doing this. You know, everybody showed up to the what's it called?
Draft.
Thank you. Everyone showed up to the draft.
Everybody did the draft live,
except for two people. One of them is in the Bermuda Triangle, so they don't have internet to get access to it
or time.
And the other guy was at work. It was Officer Bondi. He was working his shift. But
is he going to be on Tuesday?
I don't know. I didn't even.
He's going to be on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I decided.
Yeah, Officer Bondi's going to be on Tuesday. That's it. We're putting our foot down.
Yep.
You're coming on, Bondi. So
coming on our show.
Those are the 2 people out of 8 that were not there.
That's awesome.
And he wanted to be, but he had to work obviously. And I was at work. Maybe on the draft allegedly.
No.
On my phone, and for the entire draft, I didn't get one phone call or one person coming up until like before I had people. I was really busy. I thought I wasn't going to make it. During that time, someone was watching out for me because during that like hour and 10 minutes that we were on for the draft, I got no phone call and no one came up to the counter. And then after that, like 2 or 3 people came in until my shift was over. And I was like, this is like amazing. Like it just worked out so nicely for us. So
you want to hear an awesome fantasy hockey thing that just happened like moments ago for me?
Was that?
One of my players got the goal assisted by one of my other players.
That's a good fucking point lead.
That was awesome. I just noticed it and I was like, holy shit.
So let's talk about the awesomeness of the Hawks this season so far.
Holy shit.
So in 3 games, they've won all games.
Yeah.
Like stellarly won all games.
14 points scored in 3 games.
Yes, they've scored a power play goal in every single game, including tonight's game. So it's 4 games in a row they've scored a power play goal.
And
which
this is the first time they've gone 3-0 since 1972.
Before we were all born here.
Yes.
Combined. Minus a few years. But before we were all born, they did this. Like that is incredible. I am so happy with the Hawks, and they're looking good. Everyone's looking really sharp.
They're not fucking around
at
all.
They're hungry.
The Hawks had 12 players that actually played overseas.
Yes, and I think a lot of them matured. Like Kane definitely improved his game a bit.
Oh yeah,
because he's a youngin. He's a young kid and he's drunk a lot, so he
likes to punch taxi cabbers.
Yeah, get arrested in Sweden or Switzerland or one of those states for that. That was sorry about that.
What the fuck was that?
That
Facebook
was
Messenger.
Steam.
Fucking up.
No, I shut that shit off.
Good.
Shut it all down.
Yeah. So, that's funny. I can't read that right now though. But what was I saying? Yeah. So the Hawks are doing fucking fantastic. They're just on a fire. They're looking strong. They're scoring goals. Like they're good. Their goalies are the weakest point, and they always have been.
Oh, and don't forget a healthy Marian Hossa. Thank you, Benzing.
Yeah, Marian Hossa is raping. Like he is 4 goals in 4 games now. Like he's just.
It's okay.
Kaner
had the first goal though.
Yes, Kaner had the first goal of the season of anybody,
and then the first goal for the home opener.
Yes, which that's Kane's luck. Like I don't think Kane is the greatest player in the world, but he's
in the right place at the right time.
He scored the Stanley Cup winning goal. He is right. Like he's not the greatest, but goddamn is he lucky. Like he gets where he needs to go when he needs to get there. So I will give him props for that. They've been doing awesome though. I'm so happy for the Hawks. The goalies are weak. Emery probably needs to be traded. His debut was very, very weak. He let go one of the easiest goals. Like he was blocked
because Crawford gave up a super soft goal in this game right now.
He did, yes, but this is the 4th game, and like he's still getting his rhythm. But Emery's like the first goal that he gave up was very weak, and it was very sad to see him give that up because it was a 5-hole shot that just
of course it was
just slid through. It just slid on through. It was just very sad.
Right in there, like all lubed up. like it was on ice or something.
Exactly. Like, it was weird, huh?
Yeah.
So they're doing great. Hawks are doing good. There's a lot of good hockey going on. A lot of crazy shit's happened. Jeffrey Lepoule broke his forearm yesterday.
off of a slap shot.
Yeah, so one of his own teammates slap shot it. It hit him in the forearm and shattered it. He's out for like 6 weeks.
My God.
Yeah. So there's a lot of injuries going on. There's a lot of crazy shit.
And this high stakes of a run to the cup, there's going to be injuries left and right.
There's 48 games. They haven't played in 3 months. Most of the players, like a lot of them, are getting older. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of injuries. They're hungry. Everybody is. Like
I think
amazed.
the Hawks are still the youngest team in the league, though.
No,
No,
not anymore.
no. Who's the
Panthers
younger team?
or Coyotes? There's another team
No,
that's
it's
younger.
not. It's not the Coyotes. It might be Edmonton, maybe.
Maybe, but there's another
Might
team
be
that has
Edmonton.
a lot of like really, really new people and barely any all-star like elderly folks.
Oh, I don't mean by all-star. I mean like young age-wise, like 23, 24.
Oh, they are one of the youngest teams,
Yeah.
for sure. They're one of the youngest teams. They also have a lot of like young players that are really good, like Taves, one of the youngest players, and he has like a 35-year-old brain. You know what I mean? Like he's good, and he's the fucking captain, and he's like one of the youngest guys on the team.
He was like, wasn't he like 19 when he was named captain?
Yeah, because he's that good. And so he's doing a really good job. And what I love about him is he wants everybody else to score. Like he reminds me of Gretzky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
I don't think he's Gretzky caliber just yet, but I don't think anybody will ever be Gretzky caliber.
No.
But he has that same mentality of holy shit!
What?
Did you see
That
that?
was going to be the second soft goal that he let in.
Yeah. That
Oh
was,
my god! Sorry, there was just a really crazy replay of a shot where who was that defender? Did you guys see?
I didn't
Dunks.
catch it.
All right, so the puck
It
went
was
through the 5-hole for Crawford.
And just trickled through.
And-
trickled through super soft like the first goal he gave up in the game, just so you can get
Yeah,
up
just
Emery's
like Emery
back.
gave up. So, but Duncan Keith
And
was
Crawford.
there. Duncan Keith was there with a stick and just batted that shit out of there. It was like, no goal for you.
It's
Right
like
before it crossed
no. It was
Yeah,
like
and
right at the line.
Right at the line. That was bad at fucking ass. That's what a defender should do. I bet Crawford hugged him after that.
Oh yeah. He's like, thank you, man. You just saved my job.
Saved me points too because I
Yeah.
got Crawford on my.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I got Crawford on my team. Everyone's feisty. Everyone's hungry. The LA Kings though have lost all of their
Yeah.
games so far. 2
Yeah.
games. in
Don't
a
get me
row.
started. Quick's my main goalie.
And you know what? And I don't know why they didn't really give up anybody, did they?
No, but speaking about getting rid of people, Holmstrom retired.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, when he announced that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. And
Detroit has not been
and
looking too
Detroit's just
great.
been sucking ever since.
They have been, yeah.
Whether it could be rust, it could be the fact that they're just old and they're old.
Yeah, I mean, then like they're one of the oldest teams by age. Like they are a very old team, which kind of sucks for them because they're all good players, but they
Yeah.
just can't compete with a 20.
They don't have the endurance.
No, they don't. They have injuries, and when you get injured when you're 35 like that and playing hockey, you do not come back for like Hossa.
Yeah.
Like that's a younger player would have bounced back a little quicker, but Hossa had to take so much time off.
How old is Hossa?
He's
30 something.
36 maybe?
No,
not that.
he's
He's
not that
33, 34. But when you get
when
over
you get your clock knocked like that, I mean,
yeah, and a younger player might have bounced back.
Look at Sidney Crosby. He got his bell rung like that.
Well, Crosby's
And-
got more issues though than that because he's had so many concussions.
Well, no, the one
is
that
he like the
one
guy
that
on
took
Not
him out
Another
for
Teen
the
movie?
longest time
They got the
was-
concussion countdown until he dies on
Yes.
the board.
Yeah. Well, no, with
Billy Joe.
Sid the Kid, he got a concussion like Hossa did, and then he came back and his symptoms weren't fully gone. So, which that was probably what would have happened to Hossa if there was a full season.
Yeah.
So they would have rushed him to get back. And by the way, Hossa is 34.
Yeah, he's 34. So, yeah, no, Crosby got his fucking bell rung too many times, sadly. And he's an all-star player,
Yeah.
and he just can't play because he's injured, and they will not let him play. He's playing now, though, isn't he?
I believe so.
I think he's playing now.
But
So
they're keeping a big eye on him.
yeah, because you don't want to be the guy that hits him because those players will kill you on the ice.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
knock him out again, like they're gonna want blood. Speaking of fighting, some crazy stuff with the AHL.
Yes,
What?
Rockford Ice Hogs.
Whoa.
When they were wearing their pink jerseys for breast cancer awareness. I forgot who they were playing, but it was a fucking brawl on the ice.
Like everybody.
Everybody.
Nice. Anybody take their skate off and try to stab somebody?
No, they're
No.
not Spanish.
They're not. They're not Happy Gilmore.
They're not Latino. No, but they've had 3 bench clearing brawls this season.
Wow.
Yeah, the Ice Hogs are like, fuck you, we're gonna just destroy everybody.
I'm going
The
to
video is really cool because like they are like honestly fighting. Like they're not like hockey fighting, they're like
beating the shit out of each
everybody.
other.
The goalie, like they had to pry the goalie off of the other goalie because he would not stop hitting him. And they're like, dude, stop it.
You're gonna kill him.
Yeah, they was like, and they're all in their pink. It was really funny. It was the manliest fight ever. It was really cool though, but it was a crazy, crazy fight that they were showing a couple of Blackhawks games ago. Very, very interesting that there's so much hockey going on now. Just exploded.
I know.
I think
amazing.
I've read a lot of cool stories about people who are like, some people are like, oh, I'm never going to watch hockey again and all this stuff. And so many people are just love hockey so much that, like me, and I think you guys too, we're back 100%. And yeah, in fact, I'm back even more so into hockey.
One thing that I'm kind of grateful for is what the Hawks are doing. If you go on blackhawks.com, they are doing, for the fans, it's kind of like a thanks for coming back sort of thing, where each game they're giving away autographed jerseys. They're going to give out 1,000 throughout the season.
Oh, yeah.
Meet and greets with Coach Q before the game.
Minutes before the game starts, which I think is badass.
That is cool.
There's a bunch of other stuff too. I think autographs are another one, and I think you can meet the players. I think that's another one of them. But all it is, it's every game day they pick 30 people.
That's awesome.
And they go from there.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm very happy for hockey. Like I've been so excited to watch replays and
I've watched every game.
Right. I have watched replays in every game because I have the Game Center, which was only $50.
Really?
Maybe and I think $50 for 48 games. More than 48 games because you get to watch all the other games.
Yeah, 48 games per team.
Yes. So it's a hell of a deal now. And I know you bought it. I know my other buddy Matt from Wisconsin bought it, and I it's worth it because I can watch games at work, or they put condensed games up there that are like.
Oh, you watch like the highlights?
But they're not just highlights. It's like the highlights plus. Like it's a condensed game, so it's like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, you get like all the big hits, all the like key saves.
Yeah,
back
all
to
the cool shit.
Back to what the Hawks are doing. It's 1,000 signed jerseys, 250 signed pucks, 100 signed sticks, tickets to every home game, and 50 unique experiences.
Wow.
With the unique experiences.
Yeah, what's cool to me is how not just the Blackhawks, but a lot of the teams the owners are giving back to the players or to the fans.
Yeah,
because it's like when we talked about last time when they stroked.
They went on strike.
Thank you. When they did that, when
they did the stroke,
when they stroked it over the ice, they just put a thank you fans on the ice.
Yeah, back in
and a lot of people like Andrew were like, "Fuck you guys," Now they're like, okay, we need to give stuff away. We need to promote the NHL. We need to be like, guys, we are sorry. Like there's commercials where they're like, we're sorry, guys. Like we fucked up, And that shows
they should be
and they should be. But that shows a responsible owner side too.
Oh yeah.
And like everyone's coming out and they're giving away free stuff. They're lowering tickets. I think in was it the Panthers or something? They were like $8 a game for really good seats.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And the Panthers aren't that popular, but $8, like they're trying to get people in there. They're like losing money on some seats because of
they have to be.
Right.
The 50 unique experiences, 5 of them is meet and greet with Coach Q, plus game tickets, 5 chances to attend a morning skate at the United Center, 5 dinners with a Blackhawks ambassador plus game tickets, 5 chances to win or 5 chances to watch a Blackhawks game from the press box plus a press box experience, chance to win glass seats to a game, meet and greets with the players plus tickets, post game locker room tours plus tickets. So everything's pretty much with tickets. Convention VIP package plus meet and greets, locker room and United Center tour packages, and Zamboni rides.
Yeah, they've just pulled out the stops. Are we boring you?
Huh? I've been up since 5.
There's no vacuum cleaner.
There's no vacuum. Nothing for him to suck on. They pull out all the stops and just. I'm really happy with how the NHL is going. Like
it's awesome. It's like some of the best hockey we've seen in a long time.
It's some of the best sports in general. Like it's exciting.
And that's the thing too, is that hockey fans are some of the most loyal fans, especially like the Big 6 teams. Forget it. I mean, hockey's back. It's like hockey.
Yeah, it was like Chicago.
It's like worse than like soccer hooligans. It's like insane.
Yes, and it's awesome. It's so cool to see, and it's so cool to see the burgeoning places like the Coyotes and stuff like that, and LA Kings. Like they're very burgeoning fan base, and that they're trying to build them so much more to build a huge fan base.
The whole week leading up to like opening day, excuse me. I saw the Blackhawks Bluesmobile. downtown every day, and they had Twitter contests for it every day. The first day I saw it and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Got to my desk and be like, hey, if you see this car, take a picture and tweet it to us and tag it with 1 goal and you can win stuff. I was like, son of a bitch. So the next day they're like, it'll be doing it all week. So I was like, okay, cool. Like riding on my scooter and stuff and couches looking. I always saw it on the same corner, so I got my phone ready and stuff, and I snapped a picture and it's smeared, and you had to be able to see the day that was on it, so you couldn't use the same picture more than once. So every time I would take the freaking picture, the car would start moving, so it would smear the thing, so you couldn't actually see what day it was. I'm like, I swear to God, this is from today.
That sucks. That's
it was
hilarious.
such a cool car. They were playing Blair and Chelsea Dagger out of like a big thing on top of it and stuff. It was so cool.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That is hilarious. Yeah, so if we pause for quick seconds, it's because we're watching the game with no sound on the big TV in the corner.
If you suddenly hear silence, it's us being just
yeah, and then because we're just looking to see what's going on because it's a feisty game. And it's hard to talk when you're watching hockey.
Yeah, I'm very distracted.
It is. The puck moves and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, shiny objects. So hockey's back, and then therefore there are no sports in my world anymore.
Monte Teo.
Who's even in the Super Bowl? I don't even fucking know.
49ers.
Can you
the
say
Harbaugh
that?
brothers.
The what?
The Harbaugh brothers. Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh.
That's actually a cool story, too.
The 49ers and Baltimore Ravens. The head coaches are brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the first time that two brothers, they're not black, are they black?
No,
they're
white.
They make beer,
brothers.
too, don't
They're
they?
Caucasian.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Two
They're
brothers?
drunk. Two brothers. The first time
distillery right down there, or brewery right down the street.
Right, they're just local boys.
Yeah.
The two siblings are in the Super Bowl together, which is
awesome.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool story.
That is cool.
Not as players, but coaches.
Yeah, and as coaches, that's pretty
which
badass.
Which is the first time I believe in.
Ever. I think it's the first time ever.
Ever. For
That's pretty awesome.
any major sport for the championship.
So it's 49ers and who?
Baltimore Ravens.
I want the Ravens to win.
And what day is that?
February 3rd?
Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.
February
Okay,
3rd.
yeah, 'cause this weekend's the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know football anymore. Now
The
that
only
hockey's
time
on,
football ever comes to Hawaii.
yeah, right?
The only time anybody cares about football in Hawaii.
Well, other than the fake girlfriend story with Manti Te'o.
Okay, what is the deal with that?
All right, what happened was...
Because I heard like fake
You
girlfriend.
heard-
Conan made fun of some guy with a fake girlfriend. I'm
Yes.
like, what the fuck are you guys
You heard
talking
of
about?
the TV show Catfish?
No,
Where it's on MTV. I don't know how the fuck I know about this.
because you watch MTV.
I
Don't
was-
lie, you like Jersey Shore.
No, I was actually watching Rob Dyrdek. Ridiculousness.
Jersey Shore.
No, Ridiculousness.
Uh-huh.
It's a great show.
Okay.
It's better than Tosh.0.
No,
Bite
nothing.
your tongue.
Nothing is better than Tosh. Tosh is probably one of the funniest people on
But
TV.
Does Tosh.0 have Sarah Underwood on it?
Sarah Underwood's on MTV.
She was a guest on.
That doesn't mean she's on it. Speaking of Attack of the
anyways-
Show, last episode was yesterday.
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
Chris Hardwick kissed Matt Myra. But anyways.
Anyway,
Anywho.
Bill Brosky.
Hell of a guy. No, last year, fake online girlfriend. I guess friends made it up and stuff, and he didn't find out about it till later on. I think he actually knew that it was fake. He's going out with her, whatever. And then the day that his grandma died, he came out and said that this fake girlfriend died of she had leukemia and died in a car accident the same day that his
What?
grandma died.
That's fucking crazy.
So now everyone's calling him out on it, and his draft stocks actually dropped.
Yeah, so
Wow.
he made it was like a pity play almost. Like, does anybody know exactly why he wanted to make up a fake
No.
girlfriend?
I know he did like an interview with
Well,
Katie Couric or something.
Yeah. Plus,
or something.
plus
I don't
by
know.
him doing that, he was the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy.
That is crazy. Like,
So-
you can't make a. And then I heard now he wanted to retire from football. Like, he was gonna.
Yeah, he was going to retire. No,
Was that a joke?
It was a joke. The joke was he was going to retire and get a farm in Farmville.
That's right. Yeah, because Jeff Ross on The Burn said that. Yeah, so I guess he's not gonna retire.
I still need to watch that show.
I showed Andrew earlier. What do you think, Andrew?
Fucking hilarious.
It is. I can't believe the stuff they get away with.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Especially
like
that
I
season
saw
opener.
a commercial. I was like, "How are they getting away with this on TV?"
They made a Newtown joke on the show.
Oh,
And-
you told me about that a couple weeks ago.
And they got it was like right after it happened, and they got away with they Comedy Central let it air, and I can't believe I wasn't offended by it because it was funny and it wasn't directly about the kids there,
No,
but it's
you
still,
can't move on without being able to laugh.
right. but I still was like,
granted,
I'm
it's
really
probably not very tasteful thing to joke about.
No,
but-
and I agree, but I was still shocked that they would okayed that joke,
Yeah.
because I was like, I was laughing, but I was like, wow, people could get really offended by that.
yeah,
And
just like someone recreating 9/11 in Minecraft.
great little tie-in. I don't really
Yeah.
want to show it on air though.
No,
No.
I flagged it as abuse.
So before we went on, Brett showed us this little video, and
It wasn't just that I went looking for this. I was watching something else.
he wasn't like
And
9/11 videos on
yeah,
on
let's
YouTube.
watch 9/11. No, I was watching a completely unrelated video, and it was the featured video on YouTube. It has like 1.2 million hits of these guys. We thought it would be funny to recreate the plane crashing into one of the Trade Center towers.
And this is the thing. When I first heard it, I laughed because I was like, wow, like, how do they do this? They just, like, make the buildings in the plane, and it starts up. And, yeah, they made the buildings in the plane, and you're like, okay, it's been a while. It's like, wow, that's a little crazy to do.
Been 12 years, but still.
But then
Too soon.
they went way too far.
Yeah.
And in the video, they had people jumping out of the building
Yeah.
that they made in the game in Minecraft. And that was like, wow, that was not needed. You do not need to do that. Like, I was like, we were talking before the show, I think it should have been a memorial to 9/11.
Yeah.
Like, that would be cool. If you had the plane in there on fire in the building, okay, but you have a memorial and you're like, this is for the people who died, like, blah, blah, blah.
Never forget.
Never forget. But then you recreate it with people jumping out. Like, that's, like, you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
And as my buddy Dark from New Jersey, I told him about that. That's what I was laughing about before, because he goes, oh boy, he goes, why don't we just recreate the Holocaust in Minecraft and just fucking...
You can build furnaces.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. But he's like, why don't you just fucking redo the Holocaust in there then? Like, that's like ridiculous.
Dibs.
Yeah, right?
Wait, wait, we all know that was a fake thing.
Oh, shit.
It'd be just
was
as
so
simple to
funny.
recreate the moon landing.
Yeah, right? So yeah, but that was really poor taste, and that's why that video should be flagged. This is like 11,000 dislikes, which is
It's 5,000 likes or 5,000 likes and like 11,500 dislikes.
because it's like, up to like 2 minutes and 50 some odd seconds in, it's just them touring it, and then the people start jumping out, and then was there anything after that? Did you even
no,
watch
it's all
it?
them jumping out, and it's like, we hope you enjoyed this, and it rolls
it's
credits.
Awful. Like that right there, you're like, guys, like that, there's a line, and I love pushing the envelope. Like, I will make like stupid
We push
shit
the
jokes.
envelope way too much on this show,
Right, and off that,
I
too.
wouldn't even do that.
Right, and that to me was like, you've gone too far.
Uh-huh.
Like that 9/11's a different thing. Like, it's way too soon. Like, if it was a Pearl Harbor joke and you had stuff, and
Yeah,
you know,
Pearl Harbor would be totally different.
yeah,
story.
but 9/11, like, there's still people alive whose families are really affected by that. Like, it's only 12 years, so it's like, it's probably a little too soon. And if you make the building okay, but then you recreate events like them jumping out, which, like, that's crazy, because there's a lot of crazy stories with that hits a lot of home. So I thought that was a little ridiculous, but still crazy that it was a featured video on YouTube. I
Yeah.
do not know why someone didn't flag that earlier.
I flagged it as offensive, racist or offensive, and flagged it as I forgot what exactly the flag was, but I said this basically tries to recreate 9/11.
Right, and then it should not be a featured video. Like, if they're going to recreate this on their server, fine.
Well, that's the thing. You can pay to have your videos featured, so someone paid.
But
to
no
have it
one
featured.
watches those videos first to be like, oh, hey, this is like a dude killing another dude kind of
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Like, there's
how do we get in trouble for the monkey? And they didn't get in
yeah.
trouble
How did
for
we
that?
get flagged for a masturbating monkey?
Oh, that was a content violation. We got flagged as a copyright. Now it's just like, bullshit, fair use. We were
Yeah.
talking about it on a live broadcast.
And we won.
And they were like, shit, decline.
But like, how do we get flagged that? And someone puts that video up there and it's featured like that. The ball was dropped there, and I'm surprised that YouTube's usually extremely hardcore serious about preventing bullshit like that from happening. And that's like, when you said it was a featured, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
When you see something featured, kids could see that. Like little kids could see that. Not fuck kids, but like even adults. Like, let's say someone
Don't
just-
fuck kids. You're a pedophile.
Yeah, don't
You're
fuck the
a
baby.
priest.
Exactly.
Only priests can do that.
But what if you were like, it was like, your family was in the towers, or you knew, like, I would
Exactly.
be pissed. You know what I mean? Like that.
Or
would
what
be
if you were
really
someone on the
offensive.
planes? Like, not like one of the planes that actually crashed into the buildings.
Well,
But
yeah.
what if you were the one that went down in Pennsylvania or
Yeah.
outside of the Pentagon?
Well, those people died.
Yeah.
On the planes.
Everybody died.
Yeah. But
Oh, you mean like if your family members?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was like, those
You
people
know,
died.
like, no,
I'm like,
no, you
those
know-
people
you know what I'm saying,
died
though.
too.
Right, no, I know what
the
you- I
family
got you
members,
now.
The family members.
Yeah, the family members. Like then, yeah, and that's like too soon. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's not cool. So the video went a little too far with it, but that's I like Dark's idea to I would just fucking recreate the Holocaust then and post a video of that then,
Yeah, but that's the difference of
yeah,
12 years and 50 years.
Right, but also
60 years.
a few million people died in that. So
60 years now.
yeah, holy shit, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Way before we were born.
Does it didn't happen?
You know, why don't we just recreate slavery in that game?
Exactly. We already kind of do. We actually have slaves on the Derp server now. You can make bots where you can give them schematics and they will build it for you.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you give them schematics?
Well, you can make schematics of things in like Minecraft Edit.
Really?
Like you can make a building or make a structure and then save that, and then you can have a bot build it for you.
That's awesome.
So we have one of the members. We have Kisker. We have the Kisker slave, and we have him just running around building stuff. Like not a lot of stuff we could build on our own, but they were just experimenting with it because it's a cool thing that if you build a schematic and save it, like if you want to have a structure.
Can you make an army of them and have them build the Great Pyramids?
That's what we were joking. We were like, and then they're gonna make a bot factory, and they're gonna have like a bunch of them in tubes, and they're gonna have one that's all fucked up to be like. And I was like, that's so cool. Like because you can have them build stuff, and I'm like, let's just have them build it. They can't build like structures that don't exist already. They're just copying what you made, but it's still really, really cool.
What you're saying is if you made a plantation, they will build it.
Exactly.
And they will maintain it?
And they will, yeah.
Will they pick your cotton?
Yikes. Minecraft slavery. But they would build it block by block, so you could watch them build it.
Will they come?
That's cool.
It's very cool. They will, all over your face.
Know what you should do? Give them a schematic for the ballpark.
Oh, man. Yeah, just have them build that shit.
Yeah.
And then you just appear
Exactly.
out of the cornfield.
You just go warp. Everybody just warps, and you build it, they will come.
I still need to get some screenshots because so much more has been built in there that is just absolute tits in Minecraft. I know we keep talking about this, but one day we'll put those on the screen. It's so cool what we built. The reverse pyramid that we built, we put a sphere of ice around it, and we built, it's a giant sphere, like 100 blocks across.
Oh, wow.
We did create that in there in dirt, and then we went in there by hand and replaced all of the dirt in ice.
By hand?
By hand.
These are nuts.
It's still not quite done yet, and there were like 4 of us doing it. I was doing this for a few hours the other day.
Just replacing blocks?
And you have to replace them where they are, so you have to it's a pain in the butt, but looks very, very cool.
How many butts?
Many butts.
Okay.
We went to the N world. You haven't been there yet, but there's an Ender dragon in there.
Oh, I thought you said the N word.
Oh no, Jesus! You're like, where'd you go?
You went to what? No.
And you guys know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
Millie Way.
Yeah.
The restaurant in the uterus. We're rebuilding
at the end of the uterus.
The end of the universe. I can't speak today.
Like what? What's at the end of the uterus? I don't.
It's a glass uterus, and it just shatters everywhere.
Yeah.
No.
What's in my raccoon?
So we're making the Millie Way there. Because it's the end of the game, and so it's like the end of the universe. It looks really cool. Like you're just doing cool stuff in there. We made giant statues of ourselves in there, and I'm holding a hockey stick made out of ice. And my buddy's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "It's an ice hockey stick because it's made of ice." And I was like, "Oh, bird
pun!"
Oh, it's so fun.
That's awesome.
Game's still fun. So yeah, Minecraft's badass. I thought that was pretty poor taste though with the 9/11 stuff.
It's not as much fun as Civ.
You know what? We've been playing a lot of
Civ.
Civ.
On a Civ. Like rampage.
Yeah, we have.
Civilization 4.
Yeah, still a good game. We've been playing that a lot. We played that before.
So much more fun multiplayer too.
Yeah, which is it's understandable because it's so much faster.
Mm-hmm.
But what else is going on in the world? What else we got going on in this shit? I don't know.
Oh, I started watching Continuum.
What is that?
A continuation.
Oh
of the
shit, he's
first.
joking.
Been like sneezing and crap. It's a sci-fi time travel like procedural drama thing that originally aired in Canada. The whole first season's already aired on I don't even remember what the channel's called, but Sci-Fi just picked it up and they're started to film their second season, and Sci-Fi's just starting to air the first season. I'm on to the second to last episode of the first season. Crazy fucking thing. It's like an accidental time travel thing. And this basically it's like it all started with in 2012 with the governments of the world, bailing out the corporations, and then it's like progresses to the point where the governments get so bad that then the corporations bail out the government and become the government, and all this crazy shit happens, and this girl accidentally gets transported back in time to 2012, and all this shit that goes on and stuff like that. She's trying not to alter the timeline and stuff. so cool, totally original, and just an amazing show. I highly recommend everybody watches it.
It's on
On
Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi's Powerful Monday,
I can give you something.
Hey, sci-fi power.
an all-new
Monday.
episode is continuing.
Sorry.
Whoops! Apparently there was an ad embedded in there somewhere. in
Yeah.
the video.
I don't. When does it actually premiere though on Sci-Fi, or did it already?
I believe it just did.
well, if it's on
Monday.
Sci-Fi, they're gonna cancel it after like 3 episodes.
Well,
so
that's the thing though.
I wouldn't even
Sci-Fi is
watch it.
syndicating it.
already.
Yeah, Sci-Fi picked it up to like replay because it's not produced by Sci-Fi. It's some other channel that's producing it. So it has a good possibility to run for a while. And they greenlit it for a second season like almost immediately.
Because you can't syndicate something until they have 100 episodes on TV.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Prove it,
No,
Dave.
it is not.
Prove
There's
it.
Internet.
Prove it.
Internet is your proof.
www.
Just because it's on the internet means it's true, right?
No, but you can't syndicate until you have a certain number of episodes on
yeah,
TV.
certain. Well, maybe
can't
it's not maybe it's not technically syndication. But they picked it up.
They're rebroadcasting it. Then.
Yeah, rebroadcasting.
That's so cool that they're doing that.
Mhm. And it's amazing.
Are they gonna have them in order at the same time every
Yeah.
week? They're not gonna like
Yeah, they're
shift
not,
around
they're not gonna
episodes
shift around the time slots or anything.
because they've done it before.
Oh
and,
yeah,
you know,
well believe me, I'm well aware.
yeah. I mean, Sci-Fi is notorious for fucking up really, really good shows.
Uh-huh.
Which that's why I don't really want to watch a lot because I'm like, well, if I love this show, they're just gonna take it
Well,
off.
that's the
air.
great thing about it. Sci-Fi is just airing it. It's not being produced by them at all.
Good
So
because they're notorious for fucking it up.
it's amazing though. I highly recommend it to anybody.
Well, I'm gonna
Prob-
actually check that out.
Yeah, do it. There's only 10 episodes in the first season. I hate that.
Careful.
I hate that every channel is doing that now. They're airing everything in 10 episode seasons, which is so obnoxious. Like Falling Skies airs from like June 3rd through like the end of July and then is off for another 10 months.
Yeah, they're doing that a lot. Well,
I
it's
hate that.
part of it also is production quality, especially like for that show in Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason they're doing that is because of the increased production quality. Mad Men, the same. Like it's so.
Well, Mad Men went off for a while just because they were in contract negotiations.
But they also were having
And the writer's
issues
strike.
with production because it's so expensive. They want to make everything as
Oh yeah.
legit as they can. There's a lot of logistics in Walking Dead. There's a lot of logistics in making like a lot of zombies and planning out the scenes.
I can't wait for that to come back. February
so good.
13th.
Yeah,
Mhm.
February 13th. It's coming up
No,
soon.
wait. No, it can't be the 13th.
That would be a Wednesday.
Yeah. 17th.
17th.
17th or the 10th. One of the
I
two.
just DVR it whenever it pops up. I watch it.
Oh, I know. So awesome.
That's what she
I
said.
can't believe I didn't like it the first time it was on.
I know. I can't believe it either.
And
It's
I was just like, I gotta
very
watch
good
it
show.
again. Oh my god, this is amazing.
And I actually like better most of the time Chris Hardwick's Talking Dead afterwards. He is so good.
I take
Yeah.
it hit or miss. They're making that an hour show now.
yes,
which is
he
good.
is so fucking entertaining.
I didn't like it as a 30-minute format because I felt like half the show is the tribute to all the people that died this episode.
Yeah.
And that kind of annoyed me. So maybe that's probably I didn't really care for it. I'll have to watch it in the hour format instead.
I really like when they sit down with guests and they talk about. I love how they talk about trivia, and it's like what I think is so cool is you get trivia with DVDs and shit. This is like Insta trivia.
Yeah.
This is like the episode you just watched. Hey, let's talk about this scene and this scene and that scene.
I
with
feel like
this.
they're doing that a lot more too because Falling Skies has that too.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's an online show, but it's with Will Wheaton. The first one was like
Will Wheaton's in it?
Will Wheaton hosts it.
Oh my god!
It's called
He's the Portal guy.
Portal Guy. No,
Didn't he do the voice? Didn't he do the voices in Portal?
Wesley Crusher from Star Trek. That's what he's best known from.
I don't
Yeah,
know. What's Star Trek?
or he's
Star
in
Trek: The
Big
Next
Bang
Generation.
Theory.
What's Star Trek? I don't know. Isn't Will Wheaton?
Wait, Star Trek. J.J. Abrams was officially announced as the director of the next Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
Officially?
Officially. Like everywhere,
true story.
all over the place. I am unbelievably excited. Like I can't even put into words how excited I am that someone of the caliber of J.J. Abrams is going to be directing the next Star Wars movie. I was at my desk and freaked out at work. Everyone's like, "What's
That's
the matter?"
crazy.
I'm
I
like,
didn't know that.
J.J. Abrams is directing Star Wars.
It might actually be good.
Yeah, because the first three sucked, and by first three I mean chronologically
The
the
newest
first three. Yeah.
I'm looking up. I think it was Will Wheaton. He's a British guy.
No, he's American.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Merchant.
Who?
Stephen Merchant, I think was his
No
name.
idea who that is.
You don't know Stephen Merchant?
No, I probably did if you showed me a picture. I don't.
Portal 2. He does all the. He does
I've
the
never
voice.
played Portal. I have it, and I've never played it.
Portal 2 is way better.
I have 1 and 2.
How are you? I'm fine.
I am fine. Just a potato.
Just a potato.
I forgot about that. When life gives you lemons, you bring them back to the store and return them. Like fucking, I love him in that. And the Portal 2 has so many good one-liners.
Gladys is such a fucking cunt.
Oh, I love it. I love how you also have the dude the space. Like that's one of the greatest memes from Portal.
That's me.
Space. Watch if you play Portal and
I'll
like
have to go play it.
it's very fun. It's a good game. Yes, I guess I was wrong. So I can't believe J.J. Abrams is going to do Star Wars.
Yeah.
That fascinates me.
Amazing. He does so much good shit. Lost was kind of Fringe was amazing. I loved the last Star
Fringe
Trek
just
movie.
ended, didn't it?
Yeah, just when I'm like the last 4 episodes I haven't watched yet. I'm like not wanting to because I love the show so much.
Right. I did not get into that. I liked Lost a lot. I actually did not like the last season except for the very last episode. That tied it all together for me. But the other seasons before that were amazing.
For what?
Fringe was probably one of the best.
Never watched the one episode of it.
You didn't like it.
Fringe was probably one of the best sci-fi shows on TV.
I have to watch that now. I have so much shit to watch.
Well, I should say on broadcast TV because it's like hard sci-fi.
I still have to watch Deadwood. I still have to go through.
I never understood the thing with Deadwood.
There's a lot of hot chicks and cowboys in it.
Huh.
What more do you need?
Cowboys for you.
Exactly. So Hawks are still
Losing.
Yeah,
They need that 4-0.
They need that. They need that next goal. They got 7 minutes left, so we'll be talking about it while we're on here. Maybe crying if they lose.
I won't cry.
I will.
I'll just laugh because this is the first game Jamal Mayer's played in.
Is it really? Yeah. Oh shit. That's racist.
Token black man.
Well, they got Emery, and he sucks.
That's true. I forgot Emery.
He's better than Huey.
Yeah, he was. Holy
and
shit.
Turco. And Berder.
I have jerseys of a couple of those people, so.
Yeah. Every time you buy a jersey, that person leaves the Hawks.
Hey, Dave, maybe you should buy a Emery jersey.
Yeah, right?
That's awesome.
I do need to get a new jersey because I have a Turco jersey and a Bufflin jersey, and neither of those players are on the team anymore. And I do want to wear a jersey of a person who's on the team currently.
Yeah, I don't have a jersey. I need to get one.
You should get... Dude, Sports Authority.
Do they have them?
Yeah, we were there today, and they had
How
them.
much are they?
Oh,
didn't
that was
look. It was a big hit. That's a penalty too, right?
Yeah, hitting from behind or boarding.
I was going to bring up something else before I was like, J.J. Abrams, and I forgot.
Was it the thing at the school with the paper?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, let's talk. So let's play this video.
Yeah,
we're
going to get onto this rant now.
Let me pull this shit up here. All right, so I'm going to play this video about some paper that got a girl in trouble.
Welcome back. It's not every day you can turn a homemade family product into one you can buy at the grocery store.
It's absolutely not, but a mother-daughter team in South Jersey is making their...
No, that's not the video. You fully watched the original video, and it went on to the next one.
Oh, really? Yeah, can you hear me?
Click the link again.
Oops, sorry, folks. Technical difficulties.
What it was is this girl, she had a piece of paper in her pocket that what the video will tell you here. In a minute.
A piece of paper got a little girl in big trouble at an elementary school in South Philadelphia. But the child's parents say school officials just went too far. Fox 29's Dave Kinchin live at Philadelphia school headquarters tonight. So what exactly happened here, Dave?
Well, Thomas, this is all about a 5th grader that brought a piece of paper to class that many say looked like a gun. And it's what happened next that has her family crying foul.
See, it's not even like it was a paper mache or anything, or like...
Okay, right now, if you guys are watching at home,
Valentine says classmates are calling.
She's fucking crying right now.
Yeah. Because what it is it wasn't like it was origami or anything like that. It was just a fucking sheet of paper that a part of it got ripped off, and 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. If you rip off a chunk of it, just tear it, and it kind of tears funny. Of course, Hawks goal. Of course.
Yes, score.
2-2.
Yeah, no, it's okay. All right, serious face.
We're talking about.
Hey, Dave, did you ever plug in your computer for Ethernet
she's plugged
cord?
in. No, it's wireless. We're fine.
Well, no, because the video's buffering.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're lagging on it.
Well, we can't change it now.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Fucking Dave.
Just change your thing off of HD.
It said I lost internet connection here. Hold on, it's still recording though. Weird. All right, it's just off the live feed. Sorry about that. Okay, we're playing that video right now then. Yeah. Damn it, I can't believe I forgot about that. Continue.
Yeah, part of it got torn off, probably like a 4-inch piece. And so, of course, when you do that, it's going to look a little funny. And she realized that she still had it in her pocket, so she goes to throw it away. a sheet of paper. She goes to throw away. Another kid in the class yells she has a gun, and then continue playing.
What a fucking asshole
Yeah,
that other
right.
kid is. How do you see a piece of paper and go, "That's a gun," and then yell it?
The parents not teaching their kids what guns look like.
Wow, that is how she was very young, right? She looked very young.
Yeah,
she looked,
I think she was like 12. Yeah.
yeah, she looked like around 9 years old.
Now
Are we still up in the feed, guys?
No, it all shut down.
All right. For some reason, it says it can't reconnect on live stream, but I don't want to restart. It's still recording. We will have a full recording of this and everybody listening too. But
Yay.
yay, they love technology. I don't know how that did that. Anyway, it's ridiculous that this 9-year-old girl throws a piece of paper away, and she's like, and they fucking accuse her of having a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit, that is ridiculous. Welcome back. If you guys are watching us on the feed, we had a little technical difficulties there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, my chat's gone too.
Oh shit,
Refresh.
It'll come back. So this little girl, 9-year-old girl, throws a piece of paper away, and a ripped piece of paper that her grandfather gave her or some shit.
Yeah.
And she gets accused, and she's like crying in this video that we just tried to show before it crashed my internet. And okay, what does that tell her? Like, doesn't that tell her that like authority is bad?
Yeah.
Like that's because it's like,
Yeah. Well, not only the fact that the student said something to her, school administrators scolded the kid. It wasn't the fact that they said, "Oh, you can't do this sort of thing." They scolded her and I believe suspended her.
she didn't do anything wrong. She
No.
threw a piece of paper away, and some kid freaked out, and then they're like, "Oh, it's a piece of paper. Sorry." Like, did they call police and shit?
Yeah, they called
Stupid.
police.
Oh
They
my
called the police.
Fucking god.
From what I remember, they called the police. And the parents actually most likely going to sue the
Sue.
school.
Yeah, you can sue the school for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can.
So
You can sue for anything and everything.
You know, that almost was the what the fuck moment, but that is almost like beyond what the fuck. That is
Yeah.
like very depressing that
Mm-hmm.
a 9-year-old girl can't throw a piece of paper away. That I don't know how you can make one slip of paper look like a gun, even if you tear it into the shape of a handgun. Let's say
Yeah.
somehow magically,
Yeah.
it still flops around.
Yeah,
and if
flops
she's
around like a
throwing it
laser
away,
penis.
she's throwing away a gun. Like, think about that logically for a very brief second. If she's throwing it away,
Yeah.
and let's say, argument's sake, you think it's a handgun, she's throwing it away. Like, she's not like bang bang bang. You know, she's not like mocking it as a gun and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That to me is utterly terrifying. That is the
Sure, it was a
state.
spit glass.
No, I know. Utterly terrifying about the state of our country with that. Like that, if a 9-year-old girl throws a piece of paper away and people think it's a gun, like what that it could get so much out of hand. Like people are way too sensitive
Yeah,
to
oh
stuff.
my God, yeah.
And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bullshit going on. Like there's another, I think in Dallas, Texas, the other day, there was a school shooting.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yes.
The thing that I'm finding to be, it's not funny, but I'm starting to see it as funny, is the media now they're covering any little detail about a shooting.
Oh my God.
There's
Only if it's bad. There's
Yes.
good shootings.
well,
Well,
Yikes.
not in like oh,
Well, they shoot
people
those
that-
black people, you know.
Yeah,
Yikes.
not like that, but it's like people that had concealed carry that actually prevented 20 people from dying.
Right. They
Is-
don't talk about that.
No, they don't talk about that at all in the news. So the media is trying to push what Congress is trying to do and what all those gun advocates, the strictly enforcing it, are trying to push through Congress and all that.
There was a story on CNN the other day that
Please tell me it wasn't Pierce Morgan. I hate that.
no, it was not.
The
It was
guy was an
it was
idiot.
on there. Like,
that guy that was on there though with him was kind of.
do you not know him?
Huh?
Do you
Alex
not-
Jones.
Yes.
That guy was a fucking idiot on
Alex Jones. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Has
Yeah.
He is so
I was
crazy.
You think?
I was dying because Pierce
You-
Morgan's like asking him all these questions, and then he just turns around and asks him like some other random question. Like Pierce is trying to ask him about like all this gun control and stuff like that, and this guy just turns around and goes, "What do you have for lunch?" And stuff like that, like something that had nothing to do with the conversation.
Alex Jones is so crazy that he believes the conspiracy about himself being a secret FBI agent, which is a real conspiracy out there, that he's a plant for, because he believes in every conspiracy theory. You know, Bush is a reptile, 9/11 was faked, the moon landing didn't happen, JFK was assassinated by the government. All of those, he fully believes that they all exist at once. Like Alex Jones is insane, and the problem is he's smart. He's very intelligent.
Yeah, but it doesn't come out in
Not
any
no.
of his
He
interviews.
he wigged out on that. But
Oh my god, dude! I was like, I'm ashamed to call myself a Second Amendment supporter with how he was acting.
he was going
It's like
crazy.
he is like the perfect use case for why there should be weapons.
Well, that's why people are like,
bans.
he's an FBI plant because
Yeah.
he's so crazy. You're like, this guy can't be real. He's got to be being paid by the government to show people how crazy this stuff
going,
is.
what you said, Second Amendment supporter. It was this village hall meeting with a bunch of veterans and stuff, military veterans, in one of the Chicago suburbs the other day. And there's a video of it online. I can't remember where I saw it, but I watched it the other day before I went to work. And they're pretty much saying, oh, the Second Amendment, we don't need it now because times have changed.
We don't need it now, but when we need it, then we don't have it.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
now, so they're going on about that. And there's a veteran from the Iraqi war, and he's in there saying, and he makes some great points. I can't remember exactly what they are now because I watched it, like I said, right before I went to work, so it was kind of rushed. But he made some great points. I wish I could remember what they were. Let me find this.
Look it up. What? Back to what the fuck we were talking about before, Alex Jones. The little girl. What the hell were we talking
The
about?
girl
Oh,
with
the
the
CNN story.
Yeah.
So there's a story that I saw that said like over the weekend. The headline was like over weekend, 4 people shot and something. I was like, oh shit, that's serious. I go to read it. It's a summary of all the people in the United States that weekend that were shot, and it was like one gun in Ohio went off at a gun show on accident and shot a person. Like, cause the guy like dropped it badly and it just went off on accident.
Was it an AK-47?
No, it was a shotgun, and it hit a couple people, and like, but
That's splatter though. That's a couple pellets. It's not a bullet.
that was an accident. But the headline was like 4 people shot, blah blah, and you're like
over dramatized.
yes,
Totally.
and I don't think I Facebook or tweeted about it. I think I had something typed up, but I think I pulled it down for some reason. But
I wouldn't.
I was like, fuck you, CNN. You're not a fucking news organization. Like, this is horse shit. You cannot do that. You cannot.
CNN used to be probably one of the most even-keeled, like,
Yes.
we tell it this way, and we'll also tell you the counterpoint. I don't feel like it has been for quite a long time.
No, and I don't normally. The only time I go to CNN is when I'm at work, extremely bored, and I want to see what's going on in the world a little bit. I will take a gander at CNN, and I don't click on half the stories because you read the headline and you go, "Are you fucking serious?" This one caught my eye, and I was like, "Well, that's weird. Let's read into that." And it was like, this person killed, or this person. No one was killed. It was all people injured, but it was like accidental shooting here. This was a robbery, blah blah. And I'm like, you can't do that. Like, you are.
And I guarantee you, all of them, with the exception of the dropped shotgun, were all pistols and not assault weapons.
That's what
Right.
it was. This guy's point, it was the First Amendment. He says, oh, so you want to take away the Second Amendment, why don't we take away the First Amendment, then you can't have this meeting, sort of thing.
Really, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm not gonna show the video.
I think I've seen that video where it's like
It
this
just-
guy
it-
who stands
it
up
just
and it's like,
happened this past Sunday.
okay, there was one a couple
I'll send
years
it to you.
ago that was this guy who stood up at like a town hall meeting and just ripped his senator to shreds. It was like some Iraqi war veteran.
There is that. That's a really good video too.
I can't remember where that was. I know I liked it.
I
at
will
some
quickly
point on
read what this
YouTube.
guy said. So he goes, I've sat here and I'd like to agree with the professor. Everyone standing in this room right now, especially the veterans in this room right now, know that we are all Americans. The problem with this country right now is that it's us and it's fucking them. We need to stop this crap. Now, the thing I would like you to answer, sir, and I did go to war for this country, whether it was for everyone in here's ability to have oil and gas in their cars or the banks or whatever. I went to war for my country. And I went to war for your ability to have the First Amendment, to say what you stood up there and said today, to write what you want to write in the newspaper, and have whatever opinion you want to have. You can practice whatever religion freedoms you want. I would like you to answer the question, since you just said that one of the rights that I went to war over to defend that is inalienable to every American citizen. If this discussion was going on about your First Amendment rights, would you still have the same opinion that we don't need that anymore either? And the other guys basically flubbed and was like, you didn't hear my answer, blah, 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 blah.
Which is funny because this whole guy's presentation, they gave a little blurbs of it, and what this guy brings up, what the veteran brings up in his argument that you just read, this guy says exactly what he's denying in his statement after the question. So this guy wasn't expecting anyone to confront him about it, and just hoping that it would just fly under the seat. You know,
that's crazy. Yeah, and it's like when an Iraqi war veteran stands up and says, "I was in war."
Well, there's more, and it says when they consider it any part of the Constitution, any law, they're going to say, "What does it mean today?" The audience says, "No." The veteran says, "The threat of tyranny today is no less than the turn of the century in 1900, 1800, or in 1700."
That's badass. This veteran is amazing. This guy's a badass dude. Do you have his name on there anywhere? I want to give him props.
No.
Just his veteran.
Yeah, and the guy that was speaking I can't remember his name. Goodman, I believe, is the last name.
That's of the other guy, yeah.
Yeah, of the other guy. He was comparing the NRA to Nazis and all this other stuff.
Kevin Tooley, that's his name. It says it on the bottom there. Kevin Tooley is the veteran who defended the Second Right Amendment. Yeah, that's badass. Like, how can they say that they can remove one of those? I think they can remove the Second Right Amendment like that.
Yeah, you can't.
No, you can't. Well, especially crazy, like we were talking about before we went on air about how it's a little bit difficult to get bullets and stuff like that and some guns now because of the Obama scare. Many people have gone out to buy it thinking that they weren't going to be able to, and there's they're upping the price of bullets, and like we talked about in Minnesota, the concealed carry thing is going wild as well. There's like a big backlog of people who are trying to apply for that because people are really scared that they won't have this right anymore. And not that I hate Obama or anything like that, but I kind of understand their nervousness. I understand their trepidation. I understand that they're like, well, this could be taken away, and we want to make sure we have these guns. Why are you laughing over there?
It was Andrew.
I ordered Killer Bee Honey.
I was like, hey, I just got a notification.
Did you really?
Yeah. And I was like,
That's
what the hell is
hilarious.
$11.99? Oh, it's Killer Bee Honey.
Badass. Fucking manly honey right there.
Yeah. Why? Why the fuck now?
It's fucking, well, because it takes a lot to get Killer Bee Honey. Those bitches are crazy, as Joe Rogan would say. So yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy with this, and I don't think that he's going to take away all of our guns or anything like that. He does want to limit some gun things. He wants to limit 10 bullets, and that's for handguns and assault
which I
rifles
think
and
is
everything.
a crock.
I was laughing because I found a meme online today. This is kind of funny. I put it on Facebook. It says, "I play violent video games, and I'm not a criminal."
Yep.
Or something along those lines, and then underneath it says, it has a picture of RG3, and it says, "I play Madden. Why am I not in the NFL?"
Well, that's a good point. Like, and that's one thing I had with Christopher Titus. I got really pissed off when they.
Oh, his rant thing.
He had a little bit
I
of
turned
rant.
it off.
He had a little bit of rant on video games that kind of made me mad because there are a lot of people that play video games, including the three of us here.
Yeah.
And
I exclusively play first-person shooters.
Yes,
That's
I play
all I play.
and Civ. I play
on console, I should say.
right. We play very, very violent video games, but you know what? We were taught by our parents that there's a separation of this video game I'm playing and the real world. I would never do any of the stuff I do in that video game in the real world.
I'm Grand Theft Auto. No, I'm gonna go down to Chicago, pick up a hooker, have some fun with her, pay her, then beat the shit out of her and take my money back.
That's not what you're gonna do. You know,
no.
like that's not you as a person.
They're stupid.
And what pisses me off, especially with the Titus thing, that there are millions of people. Let's say there's a million people that play video games consistently that are that violent. Like just a handful.
The video
of them.
games are that violent.
The video games that are that violent, and then they go out and do these shootings. There's a handful of people in that percent. Like it's a percentage game because you're gonna have crazy people no matter what. Those people may have gone out and been crazy, whether those video games existed or not. It's very hard to say that those video games caused it.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to death
It's
metal.
impossible.
I listen to a lot of metal, even though I was listening to Shinedown before. But I listen
You
to
fucking homo.
I know. Well, you'll see tomorrow when we're driving to Chicago. I'm gonna play some fucking metal for you, son. I
I thought we were going to listen to Joe Rogan
We could actually
and catch up on his stuff.
I listen to a lot of death metal, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go out and kill anybody or harm anybody. Like I like people in general like that. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just a bullshit excuse when it's like the music or the video games did that. No, it's personal responsibility. It's their parents that didn't teach them that you don't take guns and go to a school. And I know Titus said that too. He agreed that parents are a big part, and there are sometimes bad people, but that's why you need to fucking hit your kid sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's why you need to be like,
There's nothing wrong with spanking your kid.
right. If your kid starts to act crazy when he's 5, you hit that kid. Like you don't hurt him. Like you don't really
You don't
hurt
break
him.
his arm. You
Right.
swat him on the butt.
Right. And my mom hit me, and I'm sure your parents hit you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know your parents did.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's like
Andrew, fuck yeah, they did.
you know,
There's ways that you find to get around it.
yeah, and
And
it's
stuff, or
it's
like-
not child
or like
abuse.
when Brett lived like 3 houses away from me. It's like I would get grounded by my mom before she told my dad. I'd go, Dad, I'm going down to Brett's.
Right.
And stuff like that. And then like I get home and I get like hounded. Like, where were you? I go, I went down to Brett's.
Right.
I said you were grounded. Yeah, but Dad said I could go.
Yeah, exactly. and that's funny. But you're not going to go out and shoot people. You're not.
No.
And you're not crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
some of the stuff that just goes along with that assault weapon ban that expired in 2004.
There's no such thing as an assault weapon.
Exactly. There's
wait, what?
I posted this massive rant today on Facebook because I was just so pissed.
I have you blocked on Facebook.
Oh, well, Dianne Feinstein. She was the original author of the ban that went into effect in '94 and expired in 2004. Without Hawks win 4-0. What?
Oh, he's gonna just go cry. That goalie. What happened?
I think it was Smoke Monster.
Good points for me.
Nice.
Wait, really quick before we go back to the talk, let's see what happened with the goalie because this is big. So the Hawks just went 4-0. It was Hossa. His 5th goal in 4 games.
That's insane.
Holy
Dude's a monster.
Fuck,
man.
a smoke monster is what he is. Mm-hmm. That is fucking badass as hell. So, good shit. All right,
And it was on 3-on-3.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's
I wasn't even watching. So continue.
So anyway, Dianne Feinstein. I forgot where she's the senator of. I don't
California, I
California or something. Yeah, I don't remember.
Everything
But-
bad happens in California.
Or I
Including
can't.
gay marriage.
Oh, McCatskills, Missouri. Never mind. I was mixing them up in my head. She authored the original bill that went into effect in '94, expired in 2004. And one of the provisions of it was making the max magazine or clip size of 10 rounds. And it was proved the futility of that with Virginia Tech. Sung Hugh Cho, or whatever the fuck his name is, showed the
Sung
futility by just carrying 19 10-round magazines in a backpack when he went on his assault.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how many bullets you put in the magazine, you can always have more magazines.
And 10 bullets can kill 10 people.
Exactly.
If you're good. You know what I mean? Like that. That's the thing is it's like limiting it to 10. And I've gone to a range once only. I'm going again tomorrow. But we had, it was a 22. It was a little, 22 is not that big.
Yeah, that's a common home defense rifle.
That would be limited to 10 with this. And like if we had 30 round mags because my friend had an extended mag because it was like you would shoot the 30 and then you have to reload and it would take like 5 minutes to reload because you're manually reloading and it was like, oh man, if this is 10 that would suck. Yeah. And it's like, and that's just the range, but it's funny because it's like saying what's it like saying? I don't know. I don't even know what it's like saying, but it's like I was trying to do something with heroin, where it's like, well, you
just have to do it more often.
Well, exactly.
You build up.
You can only have 1 gram on you at a time, and you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have like a bunch at home spread around.
Exactly.
I'm only gonna have 1 on me at a time.
I'll have 1 gram on me now. Just eat it now or smoke it now, and then I'll get another gram in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it's like that's a terrible analogy we did, but. It's weird. It's like you can just have multiple magazines.
Exactly.
Like it's so stupid.
It's such an arbitrary thing, and the term assault weapon is invented.
Right.
Automatic weapon sales, like actual military M4A1 carbines
have been
and things,
since 1960s, I believe. 1986. Yeah,
Since 1986, the sale of fully automatic military-style weapons have been banned to the public since 1986.
Which is understandable.
Assault weapons are defined as any weapon. Actually, I pulled up the quote.
To me, an assault weapon is a weapon that fires. Because you can assault somebody with it by shooting them or hitting them with it.
An assault weapon,
I'll get
as
a knife.
defined by
That's an assault weapon.
An assault weapon, as defined by the ban that expired in 2004, is defined as a semi-automatic firearm that shares too many cosmetic features with their fully automatic counterparts.
Really,
it's 100% cosmetic. The M4A1 carbine and the the AR-15 look identical.
Well, that's the thing. My friend who had the
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, brother. My friend who had the 22 had it looked like an AR-15. In fact, he called it an AR. It's an AR. It is an AR-15, but it's a 22 caliber.
Yeah.
And he had a scope and he had lasers, and I was like, this is like fucking Call of Duty in real life, but it was a 22. So yeah, you can mimic that.
Yeah, it's not hard to. I mean, you could go out, you go anywhere, you could go to Bass Pro Shop, you could get scopes, and stuff.
Well, that ban banned things like collapsible stocks, pistol grips, and something else. I can't remember what it was.
Silencers?
No, silencers are always been illegal.
Muzzle.
Yeah, flash suppressors.
Yeah.
So you don't have any muzzle flash. things like that were things. If it had any of those pieces, it was considered an assault weapon.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I thought, because I hear assault weapon, I think of like an AR-15 and stuff like that. But any gun can be an assault weapon.
Yeah, and it was actually defined as any sodomy. Oh my god!
Whoa!
Semi-automatic firearm.
Technically, anything could be an assault weapon. I could pick up my mouse and just bash you with it.
Yeah.
You had that picture.
That's an assault weapon.
You Facebooked before.
car.
The
The
cars. Here, send that to me. I want to show
that was
that.
awesome.
That was very
I
cool.
love
It was very
that.
poignant.
Just go on my Facebook page.
Yeah, I think I will. Hang on. If my internet doesn't crash.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
It says, "Where's the outrage from the statistics?"
Hold on, let me pull it up first. Oh, you post so many things.
I know. I was busy today. My day off.
All right, here you go.
He posted some good things today.
Where's the outrage from the statists? 2.20.
Statists.
One and the same. 2.22 million people injured by cars last year. Time to ban assault cars. Cars kill 32,855 people in the U.S. In the U.S. alone.
Right, and that's a lot. But it's the same idea. Like, what are we going to ban cars now? And cars are a 2,000-pound weapon that millions of people are driving every day.
More people are killed every year by cars than guns.
The flu. The flu
kills more.
Kills 35,000 Americans a year. And granted, that's a lot of like sicker people, but that's still 35,000 people. That's more than guns kill people. You know, like it's like
guns don't
it's
kill
about
people.
perspective.
Wait, you know what's funny? You put a car in drive and it'll drive itself. So technically, a car could kill someone by itself.
Right, and it has.
But a gun cannot.
Right, a gun unless like if you drop it, that's you dropping it. You know,
Yeah.
If you have a gun sitting on a table, it will not just fire randomly.
No.
You know, something has to act upon it, whether it's you dropping it or you firing the trigger. You know, yeah, it's ridiculous. Like people who I don't understand people want to ban guns fully, because we do have a right to protect ourselves.
Yeah,
and
I have every right to protect myself. You bet your ass. Once the Illinois legislature passes that concealed carry law, I will be the first person in line to submit my application, and I will carry every frickin' place I go.
Right.
And you want to look at, take away the guns, there won't be any violence. No, look at the city of Chicago. There's no guns there. That is the number one.
No legal guns.
No legal guns for anybody, but all the illegal guns.
They have one of the highest. I was just talking about this with.
It is the highest.
It is the highest in the country.
No, Detroit is.
Detroit's higher?
Detroit passed Chicago?
Detroit is the murder capital of the world. I don't know if it was the country.
Still?
I thought it was. I thought it was
Chicago passed them up.
I'm pretty sure it's
Because
Chicago, New York,
it was.
Detroit.
Yeah, it was LA.
Don't
for
get
the
me started
time.
on New York's gun laws. They're ridiculous. It's a total trap. It's a trap. Like if you leave LA and you have a legal thing, you like gun permit, you check your gun with the TSA, you don't have any access to it during the flight, nothing. You get to New York and go to claim it, they will arrest you on the spot. Any type of possession is illegal.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I'm looking it up now. Keep talking.
So yeah, in the city of Chicago, and it's still okay. Yeah, you got banned guns in Chicago. Why are there all these gun shootings and stuff, gang shootings, and all that stuff in the city of Chicago? It's not the fact that, and look at all the deaths. It's not the fact that, the law-abiding citizens, they don't have the guns, or they have the guns or anything. It's the fact that people, if there's a way to get illegal guns in the city of Chicago, there's no way around it, and by doing that, the law-abiding citizens can't protect themselves, so therefore all the gang shootings, there's just no way around it. And Dave had a confused look on his face.
Yeah, because this thing I'm showing shows that California has the total firearm murders of 2011. They had more than anybody else.
Look up total homicides and everything.
That's what I'm trying to do. Google's failing me.
Because it was LA for the longest time. And then as soon as Chicago passed their gun ban and everything, Chicago was number one. With like astronomical numbers. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts. I know Chicago's up there. Let's look it up, though. Hang on a second here.
Exactly. It's like Eric said. Criminals will always find a way to get guns.
That's the thing. Laws are only there for people who are going to abide by them. I mean, if you're going to... people jaywalk, and that's a law, but it's like...
No one... The cops don't enforce it.
Right.
Maybe if you get a douchebag cop that has had a bad day, like his wife pissed him off, would have given him morning sex or something.
Right. Morning handy or anything. Yeah, and it's like the laws are there. People are going to break the laws because there's nothing physically stopping you from getting a gun. You know, like the gun, and people who say guns make guns disappear, they're still going to do that. Like, look at Chicago. Look at how many gun deaths there are.
Look at how many. Oh, don't get me started. Obama gives guns to the Mexicans. Gives them to Mexico.
It wasn't just Obama,
to the cartel.
There was the FBI, too.
Yeah, that actually was ATF. But
yeah, ATF and the FBI, they were selling guns to the Mexicans.
To the cartels and everything.
Well, the governments of the world are the largest arms dealers. Let's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
even joke about
you overthrow them, and then you could take care of everything else, sort of thing. But
why can't I find it? Brett, can you try to find this? I'm terrible
what are
at
you looking
Google
for?
today. There's a listing of, and I can't remember if it's on, I know it's on a government website somewhere, of the gun deaths by like the highest cities with the gun deaths. I just can't find it for some reason. So, you banning guns will not do anything. Banning
murders
guns,
or just deaths?
Murders, gun-related murders, homicides. I'm gonna, as probably by the time people listen to this, I will be having a gun. I will be buying a gun tomorrow, at this gun place probably. But I am not gonna go out and use it. I'm only using it for home protection. You know what I mean? Like, I'm using it for if someone tries to break into my place. I'm on the first floor of a place. There's a lot of entrances in here. Like, it only makes sense to protect myself. And I do have a lot of knives and stuff around here, but I want something that is beefy, that will deter somebody if they break in, you know. And I don't want to rely on my size alone to be able to attack them.
No.
You know, and I know that my anger could attack them if they break in. They're going to be very, very sorry. But a gun is needed to protect yourself. I don't think of any other time I'm going to use it. I do want to go to the range and practice and get good at gun safety and shit like that. That's very, very important. But I'm not going to go crazy. I know I'm not. I know that you guys are not going to go crazy if you guys get guns.
No.
And there are people that do. The problem, I think, is not only with the media reporting it so much, but there's also the fact that there are a little bit more people that are going crazy than normal with guns, and we need to figure that out. Like, what? And Titus brought up a good point with that. Why are some of these people thinking that they have the need to go into schools or go into busy places and shoot people up? Like, where is that coming from? That's new. That has not been around in the last couple hundred years that we've had schools, since, like, you know, the early 1900s when the schools were developed, or I'm sorry, late 1800s when the schools were developed by the Germans. Really cool video of that on YouTube. My friend showed me.
Another thing is, did you see the conspiracy video of Sandy Hook?
Yes, how that it was planned by the government.
Yeah,
Alex Jones believes it too. It was some people this, and I don't believe in this conspiracy, but it's fascinating to play around with. I love playing around with conspiracy theories because you need to stretch your brain out and always realize that something's could happen. So the Sandy Hook thing is
there were 2 or 3 shooters,
and they were plants by the government that either the Obama administration or somebody involved with him they wanted to do school shootings because they wanted to use them to ban guns.
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
It wouldn't. And the thing is like, I don't think that's the case. I really don't think Obama would do that. I don't think his people. I don't discount it 100%. I don't believe in the theory though. I don't really like that conspiracy theory. It's fascinating to think about though that, and if you think about it, if that's what he really wants to do is ban guns, that's a pretty damn good idea. Is to have some tragedies where you can be like, look, guns are bad, ban them all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Newtown thing, like that is a horrid tragedy, you know.
Oh my God, yeah.
There's a lot of emotion in that. So, and there's a lot of emotion I saw on Facebook with people who wanted to ban guns, and it was like, that's not. Well, we need to get to the root of why people are taking guns and going into places. Is it antidepressants? Because
and that was one of the things you brought up a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they found this works, but what are the side effects? No one ever found that out.
Right, and we don't. My favorite thing with antidepressants is we don't know how they work. If you look at the package inserts, the mechanism is unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And we think they work like this. We think they affect some of these receptors, and it's a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, so it inhibits serotonin, but what the fuck does that really mean?
Yeah.
You know, and we don't really know what that exactly does in the brain itself. And the brain is very, very complicated. So the vast majority of these shooters have been on heavy antidepressants and have had a lot of issues. No doubt about that. So is it the drugs? Is it their parents not? Like, we don't know yet. But that should be investigated before you say, take guns away. Because guns are not walking into schools and shooting people. It's people that are taking these
crazy
weapons.
People.
Yes, they're people that are taking these guns and shooting people.
People who were bullied or made fun of or
Right. And
emotionally
that's part of
damaged.
growing up, though.
Yes.
That's part of growing up. I mean, yeah, everyone's gonna get.
Well,
bullied.
I agree with that to a point.
With our generation, it was. With this newer generation, though, it kind of scares me. And I hate to sound like an old man at 27 years old, but there's such a big push for like zero tolerance on bullies. And if you even say like, "Oh, you're fat," they're gonna be like, "You're banned from school for weeks."
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous.
You need to toughen up yourself a little bit. I was made fun of in school a lot.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
me
sure
too.
you guys
Yeah,
were.
oh, yeah.
I was never really bullied because of my size that I could fight back. And they tried to in like second grade, and I fought back to the bully, and it was like, well, we can't bully this kid. That was me personally because of my size. But I know other people, some of my friends who were bullied, that I would try to help stick up for, and it was like sometimes you're made a better person. I'm not pro bullying at all, but
No.
sometimes by strife like that, you're made a little bit better. You know what I mean? And
Well, a lot of it,
everybody
too, is-
shelters their kids way
that's
too
what it. That's what I'm
much.
trying to say. Is everyone is like
Everybody's a
everybody
winner.
wins.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
gets an award. No, and like,
Well, speaking about everybody wins.
uh-oh.
I was watching ESPN this morning, Sports Center, which it was a great story. This kid that has Down syndrome, he, in his junior high, he's in 8th grade, I believe. In his junior high, this happened yesterday. The basketball program, it's a cut sport, so you gotta, if you don't make the team, you're cut, sort of thing. And so he got cut from the team, but he was a manager for the coach and helping everything. And the coach reached out to the opposing coach for the last home game and said, "Hey, do you mind if this kid plays and everything?" Kid took 2 shots from 3-point range, sunk both of them.
Oh shit, that's awesome. See, I love stories like that. That's cool.
Like that, I saw that and I was like, "Holy shit, that's awesome!" Then ESPN had him on today to like hear from him and his dad, which it was a great story.
See, that's a really cool story. That's an
his name
uplifting
was
story.
Owen something.
That's a really great story when because the kid has some issues, and it's
Yeah.
like he's not going to live a quote unquote normal life.
Yeah.
And it's very cool when people go above and beyond like the normal rules.
Yeah.
And they're like you think with your brain, and you're like, you know what? Like, is it cool if this kid plays this one game?
Yeah, and
and that's so
then
badass.
there was the final away game today that he was actually in playing.
That's awesome.
So stuff like that,
and he's good. Like, and he fucking sunk the shots. Like, I couldn't do that.
So stuff like that is like that's understandable.
That's positive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's and there is like I know
Like that's not the first time that's happened in high school football or high school sports.
It's not.
There was a football one earlier in the school year, I guess you would call it. I think the kid lost his dad or something early on, and like the other teammate could have just ran right into the end zone, but he ran out at the one, so the other kid could run into.
I heard about that. Yeah,
Run
I heard about
What
that.
is this? I don't think I heard about this.
His dad, I think, had died recently.
Yeah.
A kid's dad died?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kid's dad died.
Like the day before or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid was he's geared up and everything, and I believe he played defense. I don't know what position on defense, but the coach put him in there. Like I think it was a blowout already or something, and his teammate, I can't remember if it was a running player or what, but he wide open to the end zone. He ran out at the one, so this other kid could run it in.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's a heartwarming, and that's what we should
yeah.
be teaching our kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is like you do the right thing in that.
Yeah.
The problem is I know of a few kids that I see in the world where if one kid gets a present, well, all the kids have to get a present, and if one kid gets attention, well, we got to give everybody attention. Then
That all started actually right around the time my sister was in middle school. So my mom used to bring us like Taco Bell or McDonald's for like hot lunch and stuff every now and then, and she used to do it all the time when we were in middle school. And then when my sister was in middle school, the principals and stuff stopped letting my mom do that. And they're like, it's not fair to the other kids. So my mom just started pulling my sister out of school like halfway through the day, and they'd go to lunch and then just go home.
that's so ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
Those other kids are not your mom's responsibility.
Exactly.
And this is the thing. That what it taught me when you would see someone else get something really cool and you didn't is that when you got cool stuff, you appreciate the fuck out of it. Because it's like there are times where I'm not gonna get stuff and you're gonna get cool things. And there are times where I'm gonna get cool things and you're not. And then when I
you
get
just
that
did
stuff,
with these fucking awesome chairs.
exactly. Like, and
You got
yeah.
these fucking awesome chairs. I'm like,
And-
that's fucking awesome.
And you guys
I hope
were-
I can get one someday.
And you guys were like, you have to buy me 3 chairs
Yeah.
too.
Well, that's
you
like-
can't
that's
just
like
buy
what-
yourself 3. You have to buy everybody 3.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like Dave with the video camera I got. I got the video camera. He's like, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I know, and I wanted one too. So when I get one, I'm gonna appreciate it way more.
Exactly, and especially if you buy it yourself too. But like, you know, with gifts and stuff, it's like you learn appreciation for your stuff. It's not like you expect it where one kid gets a meal, everybody gets a meal, because then that teaches you that
you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
Well, that's not the real world.
It
No,
could be
not
the
at
fact that
all.
the kid did something. He did something to earn it. It's
Yes.
not the fact that, I want that, so you got to get it for me. Like a lot of
and
kids
with
nowadays.
this particular set I'm referring to, I'm not gonna name any names or anything, but it's a little concerning because it's like, you know,
Can we call him Tanya?
no, we cannot.
Wait, what are you saying?
So if one kid has a birthday, like gifts have to be given to everybody at that, and I'm like, but
Who did
it's,
this happen to?
I can't. I'm not gonna say anybody's.
You gotta
names.
tell me later.
Yeah, off air. But it's like, and I was like, well, that's weird because it's, you know, you're kind of diminishing everybody. You know, I mean, like if you're gonna, it's just, it was really weird because I was like, everybody has to get a gift. Like, you need to teach the kid a little bit of responsibility of, well, you know, this is their day and you get to enjoy it for them. Like, be happy for them. You need to teach them to be happy for other people. Otherwise, they're going to be very narcissistic. And that terrifies me when I see that. Like, I don't want this next generation to be the gimme generation. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's another.
the
thing.
entitlement
We
generation.
grew up with no video game. Like when we were young, with no video games, no internet, no stuff like that, no cell phones, and all that stuff. And now all the next generation, they have all that stuff, and they're going to be the first generation that will have it from birth to death. So a lot of it too is all that coming into effect.
no, it's really crazy. It's you shush. It's really crazy. Yeah. I just hope this next generation does not have I don't want them to be the entitlement generation.
Well, they are. That's a matter of fact.
They're vastly becoming it. Okay. When I was younger, and when I was young boy,
When I was a boy,
when I was in baseball,
I was on the Titanic.
Exactly. when I was in baseball, I was on a team where we lost every single one of our games that year. Every single one. Like, we did not win a single game, and we sucked, and we were very sad and depressed. And thankfully, like, our parents were, of course, there to be like, you guys suck, but sorry, kind of thing. And it teaches you to be a better person. Like, it teaches you that, we suck. Why do we suck? Well, let's better ourselves and not suck. If you just have everybody get an award, that doesn't teach you that, I suck, I need to change. It diminishes.
It diminishes the first place award.
Did you guys see Parental Guidance with Billy Crystal?
No.
Amazing movie that totally covers that topic, like top to bottom. It's like the old school parents, and then their kids grow up and they teaching their children this everybody's a winner, use your words bullshit.
Yeah, that's not how the world is not like that.
The world does not work that
the
way.
world of the wild world, like, you know, out in any sort of wild place, and the real world that we live in is not like that.
Yeah, everybody don't win. You either keep your job or you get fired.
Yes.
You don't just keep your job just because they want to be nice.
You got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps sometime in any job you do and own it. Like, if you, and I fear for how, like, seeing how some of these younger kids are treating and acting, that they're very entitled, you know.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Was your team's name the Cubs?
Yo, it should have been. Actually, no, I don't. I think it was the Cubs colors. But no, we lost every game the whole year. It was really fucking funny.
Was this when you got hit in the head with the baseball bat?
No, I was a bat boy then. And that was my fault because I ran into the kid swinging. Like, that was me, like, the kid swinging. And I'm like, the kid felt so bad. But and even then, my mom was like, no, it's his fault. Like, he ran into you.
Yeah.
He goes, they're like, you were swinging off to the side. It's not like, because the kid felt so bad. And my mom was like, no, it's his fault. He's a fucking idiot, you know? But that taught me something, you know?
That explains a lot.
It does explain a lot. But it was like, when we lost like that, it does teach you, when you lose every single game of your season, that you go, well, fuck, we suck.
We suck, and this probably isn't for me.
And yeah, we were down. Exactly. It was like, well, we needed to adjust and change. It's not like everybody wins and then, you know, you still suck, but you don't fix it. You know, and it was decided that I probably shouldn't play baseball then.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, well, fuck that if I'm going to lose, you know.
That's like state for chess.
Yes.
I got a medal.
Hell yeah, you
Officer
did.
Bondi got one.
Yep.
And
I did not get one.
Another kid got one because
I didn't get to go.
we
I wasn't
Loser.
I wasn't good enough.
because we were good enough, and it was only like the first 8 places got a medal or something.
And when you
like
guys
that.
got that, like I was so I never was like, oh, I didn't get a medal. I was like, you guys got a medal. Holy fucking shit! It never occurred to me to be like, I didn't get a medal. I mean, like a couple times, like, hey, I didn't get a medal, but it wasn't like depressing. It was like, well, I didn't
play well.
Yeah, you
exactly.
It was like hold up your end of the bargain.
Exactly. I didn't take the personal responsibility to win that medal. You guys did, and that's badass.
This is why when I'm president, I'm going to outlaw executive order participation ribbons.
And no child left behind.
Yeah, no child left behind.
Yes,
because no child left behind is making everyone left behind.
Exactly. It's oh
bad.
my God, yes. And like George Carlin says, pretty soon to go to college, all you're going to need is a fucking pencil. And he's pretty much right in a lot of schools. Because I know
especially like for-profit schools.
Yes.
They take everybody.
Yes.
There's some people that I went to college with. Granted, I went to an art school, so it wasn't like you had to be a freaking brain surgeon to be like brain surgeon's part to get in. Clearly, I got in.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to be like 160 IQ to get in. But there were some people that I went to classes with for like all the gen ed classes, and being in art school, they were watered down classes where we were in like college algebra and they couldn't figure out how to like.
What's 2 + 2?
Factor a binomial.
Right, and this is the thing.
I mean,
it's like
what?
It doesn't matter your intelligence. That doesn't make you a better or worse person than somebody else. It's like, for how I see it is, it's what you fucking do with your life.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be that,
there's no reset button. You can't re-roll.
Right, you cannot re-roll, and so you need to just own it. Like if you want to be that janitor at that place that no one goes to, own it. Like fucking own it. Like Charlie from It's Always Sunny. Like he is a great fucking janitor. He loves his job, Like that's what you need to be. If it doesn't matter if you're the fucking genius scientist at CERN making $1 bazillion or you're this crazy doctor, like just own it. And it's like it doesn't make sense when people are like, "Oh, well, you think you're better than people and stuff." It's like, "No, dude, just do your fucking thing." Like if you're going to be this whatever you want to do, I don't care what
whatever
it is.
you're going to do, be the best at it.
Exactly. And and understand that you may not be the best at it, but try to be your best at it. Try your hardest at what you're doing and own it. And that
do you think I want to work on ad servers all day? No, but when I'm there, I do my fucking job and I do it well.
Right. Do I think I'm the best pharmacist? Fuck no.
Oh,
but
I would disagree with that. But
I think I'm good because I think that I have to do things. Yeah. Like that's what it's always funny when I tell people like I just have stuff I have to do, and they're like, and
I have to count in fives.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I have to count by fives.
Only in fives.
Only in fives. That's it. That's all I can do. But you know what I mean? Like you just fucking own it. Or you're like knowing the fuck out of cars. Like you know so much information.
But I don't know it all.
You don't, and you don't know it all. But you know way more than the average person.
Isn't that the Einstein quote? The more you know, the less you realize you actually understand.
The more you know that you don't know everything. There you go. I think it's something like that. It's something like really, and it's true. It's like, but everyone has their specialty. Like you know all automotive stuff that I have no fucking clue about. I know drugs. Brett knows the ad space, but it's like none of us.
I know how to make things make money.
Exactly, but I don't think that any of us are better than the other person.
No,
it doesn't, because it's like it doesn't. That's not how the world should be. It's not like you're better than me, I'm better than you. That doesn't make any sense. Like, how can you be better than somebody? You know what I mean? And there are some pretty bad people out there. Don't get me wrong, but it's like it's really weird to say that you're better than somebody. In my
Charles
opinion.
Manson, good at killing people.
Exactly.
That's like one of my favorite quotes, actually, from a movie. Is from "Thank You for Smoking."
Yes.
Nick Naylor at the end of it goes, he's like, everybody has their. He's like, Michael Jordan played ball. Charles Manson killed people. Yes. I talk. Everybody has a talent,
and he's right.
He's totally right.
Charles Manson's good at getting a bunch of people together to kill people.
Yeah,
and that's why that's not really
best
useful.
Quote
but
from a movie ever.
It is, and it's true. It's one of those things. It's like you got to fucking do it. And then I fear with this next generation that they're not taught. Like we were taught that. I know I was. I know you guys were. Yeah. Like, and I really felt it more as I got older about that, but I don't think this next generation is seeing that. They all have their iPhones. They all have
iPhones when they're like 8 years old.
Right.
Yeah, that pissed me off the other day. I was walking around Walgreens, and this kid, he was probably about 5 years old, and he had a fucking iPhone.
5 years old?
He had to be 5 years old.
Was it his? It was his iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Because his mom was on the phone with someone else.
Oh shit. That's weird.
I was like, motherfucker, I didn't get a phone until my senior year of high school.
Seriously. Yeah, I got one my junior year, and I bought it, and it was fucking prepaid, motherfucker.
Yeah. I remember that.
Virgin Mobile, man.
Don't call my phone. I don't have any minutes.
I'm out of minutes. Don't text me. I'm out of money.
My mom was always like, if you want a cell phone, like, I think I did get a basic one in case I needed to call her, but she's like, if you want frills, like internet, and data and text.
Pay
She's like,
for it.
have fun.
Get a job, pay for
Exactly.
it.
She's like, you got to do that.
Who here has had a job since they were 16?
15,
Me.
bitch. Yep,
Yeah,
15.
I
lied.
I worked at McDonald's.
I told I was 16. I was 15.
Wait, when was it?
The first pizza place I worked at, that doesn't exist anymore. I was like, I'm 16, and I just want it because it was instilled in me, like you guys.
Yeah.
Because we've all had jobs forever.
If you want anything, you work for it.
Exactly. My mom's like, if you want to buy that cool little thing, she's like, I can help you with a lot of things, like give you food and stuff. But if you want that toy, if you want that big old dildo, shiny dildo, you need to buy it yourself.
Beer?
And I'm out. Why?
No, where'd the...
He drank it.
Oh. I was like, I was...
And that's not instilled in people nowadays.
No,
like
it's not.
If you, and because I know a lot of people who don't work, in the just a couple years younger. Like I know someone at work I was talking to, like they know a
who
friend
plays WoW for a living.
Well, yeah, like a professional WoW player that doesn't work and doesn't do stuff. It doesn't like it's creepy to me to not have a job. Like they're like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't have a job.
Understand that.
How can you? What do you do all day?
Since
you
I
know?
was 16 years old, I have never not had a job.
Me too. I have never gone more than a week, 7 days, without a job because there was like
I've
between
never
times.
I had to take a leave of absence for once.
Yes,
but other than that, I never.
I was never unemployed. From 15 on, I always was like, if I was getting a new job and I was like, oh, this is my last day, I'm starting like Monday on this new job. It was always like with you guys too.
Yeah.
Always had a job.
Yeah,
and
it's like when I found out the one place that I was working at was closing.
You immediately were going to places.
I immediately put applications in all over the place. The worst thing I ever did
too.
was it was like a group interview. Those things are fucking retarded.
We did that at Circuit City. I loved doing the group interviews. That was what I
They're
did.
fucking retarded.
That was fun.
Because I had my hand up for every question, never got picked. So going into it, like when I left there, I'm like, okay, this guy knew who he wanted right off the bat.
Yeah.
And it's like he wouldn't give anyone else a chance. He singled out the people that he knew he wanted without actually talking to them or anything like that. As to where a one-on-one interview, it's more personal and it's like the person can really feel you out.
Well, right, feel you up.
Giggity.
We used to do group interviews for the initial round. Pretty much everybody we liked, unless you were completely retarded and didn't know how to answer questions. And then we'd bring everybody back for a second round.
My pharmacy interview at the school I went to was a group interview of like 8 people. And I was like, people, like, I really want to do it. But some of the people I was like, are you just not in this to win it? Like, you have to be like...
No, honestly, one of the best interviews that I ever had was right after Circuit City closed. I went to work for Sears for a couple weeks. And the interview that I had there was in their retail transformation division. So I was opening up like new store concepts and stuff. And they brought us in for a group interview and they're like, okay, this is a problem that we're having. We have this much merchandise. We need to move this stuff and this stuff. And you guys need to work out a plan to get this stuff out. And it was them basically observing us working out the problem, and that's how they decided who they were going to hire. It was a managerial level thing, but they were like, we're going to see how you interact as a group, and whoever works it out the best is kind of like, they never came out and said that, but it was like clearly whoever like works together to come to a mutually beneficial like solution they liked. And it was me and the guy, one of the other guys that was in the group of 4 both got hired. I got hired as the support lead and the other guy got hired as the loss prevention lead. And it was like probably the coolest interview experience I've ever had. I hate interviewing. I always feel like it's like so overly formal and stuff. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever done.
Right. It's
because
like
it was practical.
It was like apprentice style interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. There's a point where a group interview is good, but at the same time it's bad because the one that I went to, there was probably about 25 people.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So
most we did was 4.
So that's why I'm saying you could have your hand up for every question and not get picked once.
Yeah.
Right. And then you start repeating. Like we had 8 in ours. And like if I wasn't picked in the first like 3 or 4, I would literally be like, well, as blah, blah, blah already, like I would make a joke out of it because you're like, they've already said it. And I had people who literally repeat things ad nauseum. And you're like, you look like an idiot because, and beforehand I knew it was a group interview. So I read up on how to do a group interview, but that's what you do is like
drunk.
Thank you. That's what you do is like you need to research what you're doing, and some people just repeat, and you're like didn't you read that on the internet? And like, come on now, what are you doing?
It's like, do your research. That's like the biggest thing. Never go into an interview blind.
No, that's terrifying. And people do.
I've creeped people out on interviews before.
Yes.
To be completely honest, when I was getting bored at Starcom and I started interviewing around and stuff, there was one person I interviewed with. I knew more about her before the interview started than
That's
when
awesome.
the interview.
I remember you telling me that.
And she was just like, so like at this place we do this. I'm like, oh, but unlike your last place where you did X, Y, and Z, and explained to her where she worked for the past 6 years and all the different things that she'd done. And she was just like, are you stalking me? I'm like, no, I just do my research.
You're like, your home address is this and your bra size is this. And she's like,
Your panties are kept in the left side of the drawer.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're better off knowing too much than not knowing enough.
Always. And you know what? It's almost like you get to, sometimes you can't know enough about something like an interview for that. And it scares me that.
What's funny about that is I didn't get that job because they thought I was, how do they
You were a
phrase
stalker?
it?
You were a plant?
No, they thought I was, not overly qualified.
I hate that excuse.
Too aggressive. It was a sales job, and they said I was too aggressive. That's
Isn't that the have they ever seen that fucking what the hell is that movie about sales from the 80s? God damn it.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Boiler Room?
Yeah, there's Boiler Room.
ABC, always be closing.
I would be like, have you guys seen that movie? Because that's sales. Like, how can you you should be like the president of that company if you're too aggressive. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I love Boiler Room. That's probably one of my favorite movies.
And that's a lot of what
Ben
sales
Affleck's
is.
speech makes that movie.
Amazing movie, actually. Really good. But yeah, it's fascinating how it's like there's like this weakening and softening of kids. Like I know a lot of kids who don't have the
corporate world will pick them up, chew them up, and spit them out.
I have a lot of friends who in pharmacy school with me did not have jobs, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing all day?"
Have a job out of college as a pharmacist.
Right, and they took time off, and like after school, like or some of them did residencies, which is like another year of basic schooling, tough schooling.
Why the fuck would you do that?
But exactly, and I'm like, I just wanted to get the fuck out and work.
Like
and
I get that for like an MD. I totally get that. Like being on the job, like practical application.
Well, if you want to do something specialty, like if you want to be a pediatric pharmacist, you need to do residency.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what you want to do and you do residency and you still don't know what you want to do during the residency, I am very sad for you because a lot of times you would just go into retail and
your loans come due.
Well, in a residency, you can delay them, but you get interest on them during that year. It's an extra 1 or 2 years, and then you pay for that year too. Like you're getting paid.
It's like paying for your internship class. I hated.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that.
So stupid. And I had to pay $3,000 for my internship.
You get paid a fifth of what a pharmacist makes for an intern for a whole year, and you do a lot more work. And then a lot of times they get out and they do retail level, and I feel bad. Like. Some people really, really do want it, and they really are hungry, and they want to do that pediatric pharmacist, or you have to have a residency. That's great for them.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of friends who are in residencies now that are being like literally like physically tortured. Like Guantanamo Bay is like, yeah, that's it's way worse what you guys are going through than us. Like they would rather be waterboarded than do some of the stuff they have to do. It's tough, and I would never want to do it. I knew I wasn't capable of it, but it's like. I fear for a lot of those people. I feel bad for them because they're go through all this just bullshit. And it's like,
how guaranteed are you a job after that?
If you want a job in your specialty, they're usually jobs for life. So you have to wait till somebody dies.
That sucks.
Like
or
if you want to
kill somebody.
Exactly.
With a gun.
Exactly. Well,
assault rifle.
Assault rifle with your sniper and shit.
You mean assault weapon?
Assault weapon. Sorry.
So that's the thing is it's really tough to get a job in that specialty. So you really got to make sure you're either the best at it. Or you have a job lined up afterwards. Like a lot of people are just going through residency, and they're going to be like, "What do I do now?" And it's like I feel so bad for a lot of them because they're
just
kind of
hoping that something's there.
Yeah, and a lot of them are willing to move, which you have to be.
Yeah,
because there's
as a pharmacist, you have
positions.
to be willing to relocate. To take all those extra tests.
Right. If I lose the current job that I'm at, I would have to. I potentially have to relocate.
Well, that wouldn't be cool. Don't lose your fucking job, dude.
I'm gonna try not to. That's why I'm trying to be really good at my job. Exactly. It's like. It puts some fire under your feet when you have that pressure.
Do good.
Yeah, I do
Don't
good.
Be evil.
I farm good. I do.
You have a Farmville plantation.
Exactly. I'd play that when I'm at work. No. And it just fascinates me.
You grow marijuana.
Exactly. I'm not going to say any names, but there are. We have what are called floater pharmacists, which are pharmacists that go.
You did that for a while.
Yeah, you did.
I did that for just a few weeks. And then I got put in a store, which is very unusual. But I also have been doing a lot of stuff for
whose dick did you vacuum?
Corporate. Exactly, pretty much.
Well, didn't you say a couple? Yeah, that was the best vacuuming I've ever had.
Boom diggity.
You started working as a pharmacy tech before you were even in pharmacy school.
I was working with the same company.
If that's the field you're going to want to go into, that's what. If I could have gotten an internship working, like even doing like basic like ad trafficking, like while I was in college at an agency, you bet your ass I would have been doing it.
I really feel like it should be required for pharmacy that if you want to do it, you should be working in the job beforehand. Because
practical application.
I know so much. There are a couple of floaters that have been they've been a pharmacist longer than I've been alive, and I have caught errors from them. And I don't think I'm that great. I'm not. There are better pharmacists than me. Like I've considered myself middle of the road, maybe a little higher than normal. Mm-hmm. And you're like, you've been doing this longer than I've existed on this planet, and you're still fucking things up. Like, it is not rocket science. Literally not rocket science, actually. No. It's like, it's
chemistry.
It's exactly. And it's science. Like sometimes and a lot of times
science.
A lot of times the computer warns you.
Next episode in 2 weeks.
Exactly. A lot of times the computer warns you about stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, this interacts with that. So it's like, what the fuck?
By
is
the
your
way,
excuse?
You shouldn't give them a downer when you're giving them
yeah,
Adderall.
it's like you're like, oh my god, guys, like it's not. I don't think it's complicated, and I don't think I'm that smart. And I'm like, if I can do it,
a lot of it's logic, isn't it?
A lot of it is logic. A lot of it's like, hey, they call in a new script for this drug, and it's higher than the dose they had last time. I should probably call the doctor and verify to make sure that's correct, because they could have sent it over wrong. And I can't tell you how many times you're like, oh yeah, oops, we sent it over wrong. It happened today. It happened twice today, actually. And I called like, oh yeah, it should have been the lower dose, or this should have been the same dose. And you're like, are you serious? What if I just filled that and sent it out? You know what I mean? Like, that happens a lot, and that's our responsibility. You know what I mean? And it's like,
it's the checks and balances,
right? And sometimes it's like, there's a reason why sometimes people float for life, is what we call them. They're floaters for life, because they're not
flush it down.
But and my thing is, there's so many pharmacists, is like, you could easily get rid of those and hire some damn good people that could do that. You know what I mean? And they can. And don't get me wrong, corporate knows this now, and I think they can start to use that to their advantage, to be like, hey, we have a lot of pharmacists in this area, so if you don't do good, we can get rid of you and hire someone like who's like 24 or 25 who will do whatever we say, And it's like, and they know all the newest drugs, because once you are the smartest you are when you get out of school. You know the most about all the drugs that are out at the moment. You know what I mean? Because you learn them so much in school.
Yeah.
So it's just funny to me that it's just like, sometimes you just got to think. And I'm sure you guys see it in your career, in your jobs.
Every fucking day.
People just don't think, and you're like, how do you get away with that?
I get asked questions daily where I know I've had conversations about stuff before. They go, I just told you this yesterday, and they go, I didn't write it down. The number one thing to do when you're working in media is keep a fucking notebook.
Right. If you can't remember it. And that's general life. If you can't remember it, if you don't think you can write that the fuck down,
yeah,
and that's every field too.
Oh yeah,
that's terrifying. And then you're repeating yourself like a fucking parrot.
I literally get 5 emails minimum per day for someone just forwarding me something saying, "Can you handle this for me?" With no other explanation of what's going on. Like, never seen this email chain before. Can you handle this? And as I read through it, I'm like, you sent me something similar to this yesterday. I told you, this is not my SOW. This is not my scope of work. This is not something I work on.
And it's funny because you probably have a solution for it too.
Oh yeah, I do.
And you're like,
I've told it to him before.
Right? You're like, well, do this and do that, A to B to C, and you're done. And it's like, well, is that not? It's not, and not like you're super genius. I don't think any of us are super genius, because we're not in Mensa. But you know what I mean? Like,
this guy is.
Okay, fuck you. But. Okay, you are Mensa, so maybe you are smarter than everybody. But you know what I mean? It's still like, sometimes you don't have to be the smartest person to just use some very simplified. Like, sometimes you just gotta stop and go, "What am I doing now? Mm-hmm. Like, does this sound right?" And it's very terrifying that a lot of people don't do that in the field of work. And it's frustrating for me too when I see that with patients too. I see some patients that they're like, their insurance is new and they get a new card, and then they're like, "Why don't you have that?" And I'm like, "Well, how do I get that? Like, how do I know? Or my phone number changed." Well, I don't know that. Like, you have to I don't have,
I'm
like,
not psychic.
I've said that to people. I go, if I can find a way that I can read your mind and know when your phone number changes, like, I would make $1 bazillion. I would be here, And that when
I wouldn't be working here.
Right. And when I say that to them, they laugh. They go, "You know what? You're right. Like, you have no way to know that my phone number changed." Because they get mad that you didn't call them. You're like, well, I can't call you.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no way to look up your number. It's very funny that sometimes people don't quite think it all the way through, and I try to help them out with a little bit of logic, you know, and hopefully they help me out because I fuck up too. You know, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you got to be like, hey, reminder, like I don't know everything going on in your life. Sometimes you got to call us and be like, hey, phone number changed or insurance changed or, you know, this and that changed, and it's so funny. Sometimes people just. So I think a lot of people go quick with stuff. They just
people try to move too quickly. It's like slow down and think for a second.
Right.
Before you open your mouth, stop for 10 seconds and think about what someone just told you or what you were asked to do. Chances are you know how to do it.
Right. And then, like when I went on my computer at work, I do go very, very fast through filling stuff. But because I've built myself up, I've like trained myself.
It's a confidence level.
Exactly. I've trained myself. And there are times where if I don't, I will
bottle
slow
filling
down.
skill +1.
Exactly. Like typing skills, +3. You have to develop those skills. Like it's like playing the guitar. You don't just pick up a guitar and do fucking Stairway to Heaven. Like you need to sit there for hours.
Led Zeppelin did.
Have you guys heard of the 10,000 hour theory?
No.
Okay, so this is
I might have.
You might have.
I'm Googling this.
The 10,000 hour theory is that if you do something you have to do something for 10,000 hours in order to be an expert in it. So like playing guitar, if you play guitar for 10,000 hours, you can be considered it's like 10,000 of doing something, you know? So if I fill 10,000 prescriptions, I will become an expert in it because that repetition is so incredible that you learn like everything you can about it.
So basically do something consistently 24 hours a day for about 1.25 years.
Pretty much.
So just masturbate all the time.
Exactly.
I'm an expert. Masturbation +1.
I am an expert. Exactly.
Masturbation +6.
Yeah, exactly. But it's that theory is like
that's an HQ orgasm.
Exactly. You can't just like pick up.
Back to mom.
You know,
-3.
Damn it!
Shit, he mentioned it.
We did go all of last episode without him mentioning
We
it.
We did.
No, I thought I put it in.
No, you did not.
No?
I listened to it.
Oh.
Not a word.
So yeah, but that's the theory. Is like you need to put time and effort in to be good. You don't just. You're not just born good all the time.
Unless you're a savant.
Right. And that's like 1 in a bazillion, you know? Like you need to work the fuck at it, you know? And it takes a lot of time and effort, but if you really want to do it, then really fucking do it.
Exactly.
And that's today's message. Is if you really want to do what you want to do in life, just fucking own it and do it.
Exactly. And don't tell your employees that they can have 2 minutes for the bathroom.
Exactly.
What?
I don't even know. I'm fucking drunk. I don't know what the fuck.
Bosses were they were in China. China, ching ching chong chong chong.
Oh shit.
I didn't send you this yet, Dave.
No, what the fuck?
I got a couple of them.
All right. Let's do these and then we can wrap this bitch up because we're about almost 2 hours.
This is the first one, Dave. Bosses were held hostage over 2-minute bathroom breaks. Hundreds of Chinese factory workers were.
You didn't actually send it to me, by the way.
I sent it to someone.
Not me.
Well, not me.
Not me.
Was it
either.
Kyle?
It was Kyle. Kyle, you got my message.
He's not even listening. He's watching the Hawks game. That fucker.
Hawks are
Hawks
over.
game is over.
He's with his girlfriend or some shit.
No, he's not.
No,
He was
Thursday.
watching the Hawks game. Why would he be with Lindsay?
I don't know.
So, anyways, I sent it to you now.
He's playing WoW.
Oh.
Brett said it, not us.
She's not listening.
Chinese factory workers were told that they could only take 2-minute bathroom breaks. So what they did was,
if you had to take a dump.
If you can't take a shit in 2 minutes, you need to have some fucking fiber, son.
Well, what if you just like to sit there and read your phone?
I need a kale shake.
Yeah, if you can't shit in 2 minutes, you need to have some kale shakes. When I have a kale shake, I can shit in less than a minute, and that's include wiping and washing my hands. It's like out, hands washed, you're fucking owning the world.
Dude, the best one I ever had was when I was in drum corps. It was a 2-minute run back to the school, and a 2-minute run back to rehearsal. We had a 5-minute water break.
Are you serious?
Gotta poop.
I made it.
God damn.
I made it with like 30 seconds left.
See, like that, yeah, you train yourself.
Yeah.
So continue with the story.
So anyways, about 1,000 workers. It was at Shanghai Shimei Electric Company. They kept the 18 managers inside the factory from Friday morning until just before midnight on Saturday. But it took 300 police officers to go in and get the managers out. They locked them in the bathroom just because they were told they could only take 2-minute bathroom breaks.
That's awesome.
I like that they did that because you should not, like, 2 minutes. Where did they get that from? Like, let's say if you are one of those long poopers, besides the kale shake thing, that's just me.
Yeah, I'm a long pooper.
Like, what if you have that one poop that won't end?
Right. Like, what if you have diarrhea? Like, what, or what if 2 minutes, that's enough for a pee for a guy. What if you're a chick? Like, you got to unravel, and there's a lot of
it's
layers.
A factory. There's no women in factories in China.
I mean, we'll just spray everywhere with pee, so. You guys ever watched Always Sunny?
No, I need to, though. I've caught a couple episodes.
Brett, you would love it.
Yeah,
please watch it. It's so fucking good.
But
it's so twisted.
That story kind of leads into this one with the whole touching your genitalia.
You didn't send me that one either.
Yeah, I did. Maybe I didn't.
I know you didn't. I'm not that drunk. Although I am drinking delicious Coco Loco stout beer with chocolate, which is really the only way I'm going to drink beer now, is if it's flavored in chocolate or coffee.
Or bacon.
Okay, Kyle.
Or bacon.
All right, the first one that I sent you there, out of those two. Yeah,
okay.
that one. Security guard shoots his penis off.
What?
What the fuck?
What happened was 33-year-old security guard. It was in Trinidad and Tobago sleds. Tobacco. Was found by police. He was slumped over his steering wheel on Sunday morning. The police saw blood coming from his groin, and then they realized that he had a .38 caliber firearm in his right front pocket, and the cop determined that he shot his doink off.
Oh my god! I love that the one tagline is that an illegal gun in your pocket, or did you just shoot your penis off?
So what are people doing now? Shooting off their doinks?
Oh my god!
Well, that sucks for him.
And you know what ties this one all together? The last one. We've gone from bathroom to guns and penises to just guns and getting fired.
Oh no.
The headline says school cans a guy over moose butchering fantasy.
Wait, fantasy?
Yeah,
moose butchering?
Yeah, what it was it was Columbia University, trained educator. He was a volunteer at Brooklyn School. He emailed a female teacher. I guess her husband was a butcher or something, and he was going to go hunt moose. And he wanted her to butcher it or him butcher it. I can't remember exactly.
He sent an email about describing one of his assignments in which students are told to write about everything going wrong, and he was trying to be funny. But the email was apparently an invitation for the woman and her boyfriend to come out. It was bizarre. What? Go on. I'm drunk.
I don't know where you're going
Dave
with this.
can't read.
Basically, he sent this email to her and like describing killing a moose, but he was trying to make an example of an assignment that he was supposed to have, and he was fired over this. Wow, that is ridiculous if you think about it.
Yeah, just for describing how to butcher a moose.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But like that's
he didn't actually go out and butcher a moose.
No, and he's what is this, like fucking Minority Report? Like Minority Email. Like he just sent this email like this is an example of an assignment, and then here's like, and he just wrote this like funny story about butchering a moose.
Is this like the principal who got suspended for 2 days with pay for making a movie that broadcast to the school about like Terminator, and it was like a Terminator themed thing?
No.
You guys didn't see this?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, okay. I'll pull this up real quick. Keep talking about this.
That's all we got about this.
Yeah, it's pretty much done.
Yeah, he got fired for it.
He got fired for it?
Yeah.
No, he was he got a 2-day paid suspension. Is that Massachusetts?
That's a little different than fired for it. Oh. The other story?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Here it is. It was on I saw it. It was a Terminator 2 parody, and
Kyle says he couldn't take care of anything in 2 minutes.
Oh, I could masturbate in 2 minutes. Just give me a picture of a vacuum.
Oh. He was it was the principal.
Challenge accepted.
For using a Terminator inspired video where like they like superimposed him on some backgrounds and stuff. It was a spoof thing for the students. The students thought it was cool and stuff, but the superintendent suspended him.
Wow, a 2-day unpaid suspension.
Oh, it was unpaid.
Wow. So he releases a Terminator spoof, and why did they suspend him?
Just play the video.
I don't know if the internet can handle it.
Basically, I can't even remember what the context of it was, but it was something about like being back to school from break and basically being like on time to class or something. I don't even remember what the hell it was, but he got suspended for 2 days for it because the superintendent thought it went too far and all the students thought it was funny.
Were there any guns in it?
No.
Okay, then were there any like threat of violence? Or?
There was some clips from Terminator 2 with the T-1000 like walking down and stuff, but that was about it.
Well, and then I read in the story that it was like, oh, we were all doomed, but they probably like the joke is that they're doomed because they have to go back to school.
Yeah.
Holy
and he got suspended.
fuck.
And the superintendent was like, well, we thought he took it just a little too far. And then they interviewed the kids and stuff. The kids were all saying how funny it was.
Can we not do anything in this world anymore?
No, you can't do anything without like you losing your job or something.
There you go, Dave. Challenge
Wow.
accepted.
What is this? I don't know what this is. Challenge accepted to what?
You got 2 minutes. Go.
All right, those are just pictures. What are you?
You said 2 minutes for anything. Challenge accepted. Go.
Oh man, dude, I know. I need to get actually hard. I can't do anything with that. I'm not even gonna say what that was. It's not on the feed or anything. I hope. That's hilarious. Was it a blue waffle? No, it was not a blue
No.
waffle.
The blue waffle.
Still
nightmares about that.
It's hot, dude. I think I'd eat a chick with a blue waffle.
No.
I just want to see what it tasted like.
Blue waffles.
If it tastes, what does blue waffles taste like? Yeah,
Blueberries.
Blueberries.
The schnozberries taste like
If you were eating a chick and her vagina tasted like blueberries, that'd be fucking awesome. I mean, it's either that or fish.
fish. Pescado.
Pescado.
Fish. Spanish.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
You Mexican bastard.
Yep.
Do you have anything else? Do you have any
Oh,
other stories?
I need to plug two things.
Go ahead.
Check out the Ego Hour. It's a podcast that's done by Casey and Casey. They're two guys here in Chicago.
Casey Kasem.
KC and Casey.
There's your 2 minutes, Dave.
No.
They what did you send them?
Octomom bullshit.
Oh, nasty.
I didn't even read it. I just saw Octomom and I was like, done.
He finished before 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I came immediately.
They're Casey and Casey. They do a podcast every Sunday. It's called the Ego Hour. The podcast itself, ironically, is only usually about 30 to 40 minutes. Really funny stuff. They have some great segments. Really funny. They're on to their 5th episode that'll be airing this weekend. I'm listening to episode 4 right now. Really funny stuff. The other thing to plug is our Kickstarter project, which has 21 days left, and we're 24% funded. So plenty of time to make up that other 76%. Really appreciate everyone who's backed us thus far, including all the especially the people that I've never met before, because it's really awesome.
That is badass.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. 5 of our 9 backers I have never met before,
Which is awesome.
or heard of.
Which is cool because it's like they don't know us and they're having to give us money for this project, for this stuff here.
Thank you for FTLnews.com for running our press release about it and what we're trying to do.
That's very badass.
Really appreciate it. And that's all I got.
Yeah, visit geekify.tv, click on it banner, buy their stuff because it's fucking awesome.
Killer Bee Honey.
Including the
Alpha
Killer
Brain.
Bee Honey.
I love Alpha Brain.
I really do love all their stuff. Like that's the funny thing. It's so amazing. Like very rarely do you get someone who's like technically we're advertising for them, and it's like they're like, oh, do this and do that, but like it's like like the Joe Rogan thing. We really fucking believe in it. I really love Alpha Brain. All these products here I use. These are all stuff that I'm going to be taking, including the hemp force protein and the coffee and shit. Like it's all stuff I take every day. Daily take it every day.
Sometimes more than once.
Sometimes more. Yeah, it's all stuff that I take. The Shroom Tech Immune, I've been taking that, and I've been around. I'm in a pharmacy with all these people with flu. I have not gotten the flu yet. I did not get my flu shot this year. But I also
you might not have gotten the flu because you didn't get a flu shot.
Potentially, there's a lot of. I want to talk about that at some point too in the future. So I've taken the Shroom Tech Immune. I doing the kale shakes, and I haven't gotten the flu, and I've had people cough in my motherfucking face.
Ew.
At work, and I'm like, seriously, but I still haven't gotten sick yet. Thankfully, knock on wood. It's just so I really do believe in a lot of these products. So it's good shit like that. Very rarely I think do you get like technically advertisers that like really believe in the product, and I think that's a really cool thing. So yeah, do that shit. Visit them. Give them some props. Anything else we got? You You guys good?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank everybody for listening. We are 3 Guys, 1 Cup, and I'm Dave Mankoff.
I'm Brett Kaminsky.
Andrew Rapinski.
And I like tape.
Octomom.
Cunt.
Porn.